The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Get ready, so get set, so hang on, so buckle up, so sit tight, so strap yourself in, so brace yourself, so keep your eyes open, so fasten your seatbelt, so stick around, so hang on, so get ready. You just have to be ready. Brace yourself. What you're about to see will open your eyes. The surprises never stop. So you better hang on, so get ready, so fasten your seatbelt, so hold on tight, so hang on, so get ready to get ready, and get ready to get real.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
You're all individuals! Yes, we're all individuals!
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the Fair Use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo.
cops knocked on my door the other day. They told me they were looking for a man with one eye. I said, wow, I bet you'd find him way faster if you used both eyes.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Wow. Hey, everybody. It's Friday night. We made it again. We're on the right side of the grass. Congratulate yourself. You did it. It's a wonderful day to be alive and a wonderful gathering that we got to come back again and gather together. It truly is a blessing for me. And some of you I have written to me and say that you enjoy the show. And I'm just so happy that we could do it again. And first thing, the chat was flying. I couldn't even get all the people on there like I normally do. Yeah, it was flying. Let's see, what am I looking for? Those are my sound effects. So I need to find the button to turn my camera on.
Clickety click.
All right, there it is. Let's see. All right, I can deal with that. Decent hair day. Hey, everybody, good to be seen by you all. Happy Friday once again. What a wonderful. I already said all that. I guess I don't know. I guess I just bring on my my partner that's doing the show with me tonight. You know him, you love him, or you hate him, or but he's here, and he has an intro here somewhere. The one, the only Cult of Con is with me tonight.
This party bus is everywhere.
And there he is. Hey, man. Oh, you're muted.
What is up, everybody? There we go. Yeah, good to see you, my man.
Yeah, good to see you.
Happy Friday, brother. Happy Friday, everybody.
So, we've been talking because of different things, and then he did a show the other day, and if you're not watching this, gentleman, I'm just gonna say, was it Wednesday when you do your where you do it, like, what do you say? He pulls your vein or whatever you say.
Vein bulging. That's what it's kind of become at this point. It's like a tradition. I've started to get a groove. I start out like chill. What's up, everybody? How we doing? And then like about an hour in, I like lose it and start yelling about stuff. I can't help it. I get seriously inspired, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can see it. You can see that's what it is. It's not an angry thing. It's almost sometimes out of frustration, you know.
Sure.
And we can see this stuff, and no one's listening, or they don't want to look, you know, and see these things.
I think a lot of people relate to it. You know, we're all kind of struggling against the sea of chaos in our own little way. You know, so
yeah. So here, I'll hit you with this.
That's very true.
So you know you're on my show.
Yep. Hey, man, it's good to be here. Guys, I hope y'all are having a good Friday. It has been a wild week. I'm happy to be here. Hope y'all are feeling the same way.
Yeah, that's we were saying just a little bit before we got on the air is just that we both had just exhausting things, but not we made it. Obviously, we're going to be fine. But that saying that I used to hear that God only gives you what you can handle. I've modified it in my mind. I think God gives you just a little bit more than you think you can handle, because otherwise, what would you need him for, right? If you could do everything, you wouldn't think about needed him. But then you're like, all right, God, like I asked for patience and a deeper walk with God. And I even I have like a chalkboard. I'll write little things to look at. And then I went up to my wife one morning and I erased it and put like health and healing and things like that. Cause I'm like, I'm all set for now. I don't need any more patience. At least I don't believe I do. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's work with what you gave me.
Yeah, I stopped asking God for attributes a while ago, because that's how you get a test. You're like, oh, God, give me the strength, and that means he's going to give you the spiritual gym time to get the strength. And it's like, no, I'll pass. Like, let's just take it easy, man.
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Even my dogs agreed with you. So
yeah, they were feeling it.
They're feeling
Let's go Friday night.
So. Yeah. Okay. And so I watch that. I don't watch actually very much YouTube anymore, other than we like to watch auditors. And believe it or not, we enjoyed watching. We'll talk a little bit about him. How do you not? He's the story of the year. Charlie Kirk. We like watching him go to the campuses. He was. I mean, I know they made fun of it on South Park, but he really was amazing at debating. Like he had one of those brains that he could recall like information like that, photographic memory. I have the opposite.
Yeah, I got kind of an ADD brain.
Yeah, there you go. Squirrel. Yeah. So
squirrel brain. Yeah.
And but I do watch I'm enjoying that stream that you do on Wednesday for sure. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. I think it's worth spending a little time. And the cool thing is you can also just you don't really do a lot of visuals. Like this show, I made it. I want people, if they're going to come here, they're going to sit here. They're going to watch.
Yeah, you need to pay attention.
You can't look away,
You'll
but
miss
your show,
it.
you can listen to it, which is nice, So.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we call that the Main Character Podcast. They do
That's
it
what
on
it is.
Wednesday nights. And it was supposed to be a joke at first, like that. It was supposed to be like, what's the most narcissistic podcast title you can come up with? Like, oh, it's all about me. But it works. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I am enjoying that podcast. So
I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. I'm
yeah. Well, it's only for me, right? Yeah.
Well, I just do it for you solely.
Yeah. Thank you. Imagine my shock. He's doing it the other day, and look behind him. He's got the banner. That's my banner. I don't even have one anymore. I'm gonna have to order one.
Oh, I bought it, didn't I?
Oh, you bought that one? Oh,
yeah, I bought it. I think it was Wendy, I think, and someone else who won the rigged banner drawing.
Yeah, right.
I was joking that mine. I have to come visit you so you can sign mine.
Sign it, okay, yeah. Well, then Trish, of course, sent a bunch of panda bears because for some reason I become the champion of pandas, but I understand they're very sussy, and so she sent me these bears. So we finally got them off. I told Connor this a minute ago. We finally sent them off. And I looked this morning, and most of them either have made it or they're going to be there maybe later today. And he lives in the same state as me, went to Minneapolis. I don't even know why. Like it's on a tour bus or something. So
it's on a party bus. That's what's going on. He's on
here?
Vacation right now.
Shoot, I should have given quicker on this button thing.
This party bus is everywhere.
Panda's on it.
The panda's going. Yeah, that's a bit of a trip. He's probably taking an airship if he's all the way in Minneapolis.
Yeah, so. Right? Yeah. Damn Hindenburg, we don't get to fly an airship.
Awooga.
And some people I discuss different topics with. I touch on little things here like Mandela with you occasionally, but we don't really dive into it. But I'm telling you, that one's a weird one for me because growing up, I watched the video where the guy's crying and all the humanity and everyone dies. And it turns out now in the news, most people lived. So I don't know what the story is on that one. It's completely changed, but AI changes all of our stuff now. So who knows? So and we'll get into more AI tonight. So let me get some of these tabs.
Tabs, let's go. I love tabs.
Yeah, let's see. Except the one in the 70s. That was gross. Only girls drank that, though.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's a little bit ahead of my time, I think.
Oh, really? You were drinking tab?
No, I'm saying it was I haven't seen that. I don't even know if that's is that still a thing?
No.
Can you still get that?
He's only 30. I forget. I'm sorry, but yeah.
I'm just a little rough around the edges, you know.
Is he 33, Jeannie?
31.
He's only 31.
I plan to make 33 a really big year. It's something I've been talking about doing for a while. Like I'm gonna be like, that's gonna be the rise of my shill career. Yeah.
But there are older people in the chat that do know how gross tab was. So yeah. What would you say? That's for the 70s, maybe, Jeannie, in the early 80s? I think in the early 80s they switched it and called it Diet Coke or something. But don't quote me.
Diet Coke's not really great either, if you ask. No offense.
No.
It just tastes like drinking battery acid to me.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, I'll put up my here. I'll put up my my disclaimer. Okay, drinking any of that stuff obviously is not good for. We get it. Okay, but if you're going to drink some of that poison, at least drink it with like cane sugar and the Coke or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you're going to take and add to it. It's like you said, it becomes battery acid and it probably eats through the lining of your stomach or something. So.
All things in moderation, right? Like I love Sprite, but I know I can't drink it all the time. It goes like straight to my hips and my gut. And then I start looking around and it just comes so quickly. You got to fight against it.
Yeah, and what's interesting is because we went on a kick and we got rid of soda completely and didn't touch it for I'd say several years, 3-4 years, and then you have that one, and it's like an addict habit, and you bring it back into the house occasionally. We still don't drink it to where we used to, but just having one, we know it's not right. But sometimes I don't know, one Coke could be a lifesaver.
Sometimes it is what you need. Like I think it's a treat, What happens is people drink them a lot, They start drinking 3, 4, 5 sodas a day, and it's mostly just because people don't realize how many calories it is. It's gone so quick, but it's like that stuff is like pure sugar,
Yeah,
so.
And then don't even get started on energy drinks and all that. But
that too. I've had to stick with water for the most part. That's why I've got the old igloo ready to go at all times.
And my one thing I do on this stream is I do drink coffee, but that just keeps me alert. So, and the world needs more alerts. Okay. So, all right. I think we have less than 100. Last time we had 100. So, let's see. Where are we?
We got 100 on here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday.
So first off, the reason that this even came about was everyone's talking about the rapture that was supposed to happen and then didn't, of course. And I've never been one that will quote dates or like to listen to people that quote dates. The last person that quoted dates was a guy I used to listen to a long time ago, because I've been in this truth game for a long time, probably at least about 7-8 years or so. And there was this dude, Jonathan Kleck, and he's a guy that showed you if you fold up your dollar bill, you'd see like an alien head, or you'd see the Twin Towers, or he had all this stuff. And then he started going to this thing where like he's quoting dates and he's going to the desert and he's seeing a miracle of water appearing where they were. It just got really weird. And then he had these weird paintings on this one like odd area. I don't know. It just started going crazy when he started quoting dates. And so, and I'm not knocking him and his work. I'm just saying that when they do that and they start quoting things, I'm out,
Yeah. Well, it's like, I just see it as like, if you're going to make extraordinary claims, you got to have extraordinary evidence, right? Like if he's going to go out on a limb and put his whole career and credibility on the line, it's like, well, if you've been watching him for a long time, it's like, oh yeah, well, see how it goes, man. Especially if it's someone you trust. But when you fail, like there should be some kind of a recompense for telling everyone that the rapture was going to happen on Tuesday.
There doesn't seem to be, and most of them. There's a few that have come out now and apologized, but most of them just went radio silence. They were telling everyone they were being raptured. I mean, literally, I couldn't get enough of it. And I'm not mocking the people. I feel bad that they were duped, but really, like they're selling their car. This one guy sold his car, and so here I got to back this out for a second. We can get to that in a minute. This is.
I'm glad for the guy that bought his car. Probably got a good deal on it.
But think about the logic there. If you're going to be raptured and you don't need your car, why are you selling it? What do you need the money for, right? Your treasures are in heaven. I remember he had the greatest thing he posted. He's like, hey, anybody that's leaving, feel free to send it to me. And he gave them money, they could do it or whatever. And as of today, no one sent him anything. But, it's like there's so many people. All right, let me go back. There's so few people that actually read the Bible. And I'm not saying I have a Bible in my house. I was grown up or raised on the Bible. I know it back and front. I've read it for years. Are you actually opening up daily or at least a few times a week and get your nose into it or listening to it? I do a lot of work and I can wear earphones or just have it on a speaker and play. There's Bible apps that you can play and stuff. And so it's like so few people, I believe, really actually read it. The fact that we can go on and on about, where the rapture actually was created, because it's really not a biblical thing. When you break it down, Jesus, he said we're going to go through the same troubles and tribulations if we're a follower. He didn't say, hey, if you want to follow me, let's go to the beach. He said, if you want to follow me, pick up your cross, right? Which is a torture device
daily
in this day and age, right? So, and in fact, here, I'll start with, I didn't plan on it, but I'll start with this picture. Like this tells you where people are at in their thinking, and it's also the church is a lot to blame for it. The church teachings. Look at that. I mean, if this doesn't edify whatever the church today, he's taking his cross, but he's got it on wheels. Yeah, he doesn't feel like carrying a heavy burden. It's like. That's it, though. They want out. They want out fast, and they want out before tribulations, and that's not what he said would happen. Plus, think about that. Oh, so first of all, you're saying that you've found yourself worthy enough than other people around you. It's kind of a high, mighty place to be in. And second of all, you're saying, I don't care what happens to them because I'm out of here. Suckers, you got to deal with tribulation, not me. I'm a special one. I mean, that's how we got in this mess in the first place. There's people who thought they were special children, and they no longer are, and they still want to believe that they are, even though scripturally it was taken away from them. How am I doing?
Tough. Sounds about right.
Yeah, Nate X, the Left Behind. That was the inspiration for my thumbnail, which is interesting because it's Kirk Cameron, and so. Yeah, but I don't think he's showing up tonight. I haven't heard from him.
He couldn't make it.
Yeah, that's why it says maybe not Kirk. So
he had a thing.
Huh?
He had a cross to bear. He was doing one of these.
Yeah, right. So so that's the thing is that people aren't reading it and seeing that, wanting to be out here. Think about it. If God woke up your eyes to everything, all the nonsense of the world that's going on, and the fact that he exists, and the fact that your savior is Jesus, if you've learned all of that, and then he's just going to take you out of the game, don't you want to be there to help others find their way no matter what? I mean, the saints before us, they gave up everything, including their lives, in really bad ways.
Amen.
And at any time, if Jesus was not the truth, at any time they could have said, okay, wait, don't burn me in oil or hang me upside down, or I'm out. I was just kidding. You know what I mean? They could have done that. So they believed it so wholeheartedly that they went to their death for it. So the fact that people want to get out in tribulation because they don't want to have any badness come their way, that's not the teachings. You're doing it wrong. You're reading it wrong.
Yeah.
Didn't John say we should be happy in tribulations or something like that? said something like that.
We rejoice in tribulations.
That's the word.
Because tribulations produce perseverance, and perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. And so I think that there's a final line. I always forget about that. But
Oh, I thought you were making that up.
No, that's literally in the Bible. I just can't remember when.
No, I was just kidding.
Okay. I was like, I'm assuming you were saying that, right?
Yeah, I was trying to roll with it. See
it works. It's truth.
Nice.
The truth remains. You know what I mean? Like when we deal with this stuff, it does make us stronger and better versions of ourselves. Why would you want to end that refinement process? You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. I've said this many times, and you actually made a comment about it too, about God's gym. Because I've said if you buy a membership to a gym but never go, you'll never get any stronger. You actually have to go in there, and you have to put yourself through some stress to be able to get stronger. And so that's the same thing. If you want to test your faith, or if you want a deeper faith, you have to have tests. You have to have tribulations and troubles. God's not here to give you the get out of jail free card before it all starts. You know, maybe you're not due wrath, and he can protect you, of course. But it doesn't say that you're going to be out just because you're going to take Thessalonians or whatever those few chapters out of context. And I believe that you take them out of context when you say that you're out of here. So,
well, and I think that's a constant issue, right? Of people trying to make the Bible be about them, even though it's not directly about them. Like, there's obviously some things that are true about everybody, and some wisdom, obviously, it lasts in eternity. You know, God's character, of course, doesn't change, so you can study the way God interacts with people through the Bible and kind of get to know him that way. But, you know, it's like, we don't need to go to Nineveh now and, you know what I mean? And like preach the word, you know what I mean? It's like, if you were to apply the Bible to yourself all the time, you'd be like doing all kinds of weird, arbitrary things. Like, well, let's go to Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let the people go. Then it's like, I think you're a little bit off timing with that. So.
Yeah, and then there's multiple places where Jesus says this generation, and then he even pulls the disciples. Just three of them came up to him and said, "Hey, can you just tell us privately?" They even say, because he always talks in parables, which I like it now, but when I was reading the Bible of the first time through, it's like it seemed frustrating to me. It's like, "Hey, Jesus, you gonna make the party? Let me tell you a story about a guy that was going to a party." You know what I mean? It's just, here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's like, "Do you get it?" And like, I'm not quite sure. Let me tell you a story about a guy who decided to do, it's like, it goes on from there. But they ask him, "Can you please not, this one time," they say, "Can you not do it in parables? Just tell us straight up." And he does. And then the church comes in and goes, "No, he means 2,000 years later." But he was talking to the 7 churches, and they're all destroyed in that time frame. Yeah, he didn't mean them. Well, why are we writing the letters to them if they're no longer there? When you wake up to it, it's like everything else. You can't unsee it, I believe. And I know there's people upset when I talk this way, but hey, I'm just telling you my experiences and what I'm seeing. And when you put in the evidence of like the buildings that we don't understand, here, we can jump around a little bit and clear some tabs. When you put in the evidence of, buildings like this that were built by hammer and chisel and donkeys, and we can't even, come close to creating these things. And they were monstrous buildings. I mean, look at that. Right. What was the point of this? You don't see your dad. His entire life, he's over here building the church, right? And you live in a mud shack.
Yeah. According to the official narrative, right? This is one thing I was talking about the other day about, the effect of the kingdom within leading to the kingdom around you. If everybody had this mentality, like what you were saying, that, well, you have expectations. You're not trying to get tribulation, or you're not trying to avert tribulation and rapture out of here. You were sent here for a mission by God. Fearfully and wonderfully made, he has purposes for you. At some point in history, as far as how I see it, the Bible is true. I've always been kind of a Bible literalist. And then you look at it, you believe that Jesus said that he was going to return in the lifetime of those people. And then he builds this kingdom, and this is what it looks like, right? This is the only natural conclusion, that the advanced and inexplicably incredible stuff is a product of people who had the time and freedom and livelihoods that allowed them to live out their passions and to, maximize their creativity and kingdom impact in the world, working together. It's awesome.
Yeah, look at this thing. I can't even tell which way it's up. I think this plays the song, but it's probably copyright. Isn't that something? I mean, come on. We're not building like this anymore. And, we can go down all kinds of rabbit holes about frequencies and the healing powers of that and the stained glass and potentially I think that there was light sources that came from within these buildings. And stained glass, the light comes in and looks pretty. But what if it was inside, super bright, blasting out, and then you'd see these patterns in the skies? How cool would that be? So, right?
I've never heard anybody say that before. That's a really cool concept. Like, instead of it being a place where people gather, it's a place that emits. It produces frequencies and light rays and healing resonances and stuff. I've heard people, argue that, like, cathedrals, like, it's a cathode, it's an electrical component, part of the free energy grid of the old world. Like, I love stuff like that, man. It's so interesting.
And then you can look at things like this, and then these buildings weren't destroyed, but potentially the ground underneath them, and they went down that far, and they stayed upright. Or there's I'm starting to now split my way of thinking this, because there's people that talk about melted buildings, like where I had a picture of. Like this kind of stuff. To me, I see structure here that has been melted with what I would call fervent heat, as God says. And there's multiple times that he's done destruction in the Bible. Modern science says it's seawater, it's wind, and it's ice, But I say that there was some type of structure here. And this most likely went through Revelation. And a third of the earth, or whatever, however the different things go with depending on the seal, these things got destroyed. Now, when I see something like this, or where'd that other one go? I got lost. Here, this one. So now there's another part of Revelation where the dragon spews out water and tries to drown, God's people, or the church, whatever.
Exactly.
And they had that. To me, could be what they call the mud flood, because that could be after the millennial reign, and then you've got, I don't know, we're trying to figure it all out. But what I can tell you is
sounds good.
These buildings we could not have produced, we can't still do it today. They make no sense for the amount of people that lived in those times, and then they're either completely destroyed, that look melted. I mean, look at these things. These were temporary buildings.
Right.
Give me a break.
Well, you have to think that it's like with everything else. As they slowly erase the history, right, these supposed temporary buildings, which were just an amazing, marvelous world that we inherited, they erased all that, and they also erased the technology to build it. That's what I think. I mean, there's probably different theories on how exactly all this stuff was raised up. Some people think it could have even been spoken into existence by transcended saints. And there could be examples of that. But what I really see is exquisite peak human development, which is exactly what you would have under the kind of benevolent, righteous rule of Jesus. That's what I see. Because what holds us all back right now, right, is our whole corrupted system. Everybody's like a wage slave, tax slave. The system's all out to get you. If the system was out to make your life better, imagine how good it would be. Like if instead of funding bombs, it was like to fund American lives and infrastructure. What would $700 billion worth of buildings look like every year? Because that's what's going on right now. We spend over $700 billion. And I get it. There's defense infrastructure and overall costs. Like, imagine how much it costs to run an aircraft carrier. It's like a giant floating building. It's absurd. Like,
and the same thing, you can tag on space to that. I mean,
fine, space is a good one.
At the same time, why do we have to spend so much on it compared? We never get anywhere. You know, it's like,
right. We're not even getting good tokens. Like, at least they could give us some more like moon rocks or something.
Something. Yeah, it turns out all the moon rocks are fake.
Yeah,
they're all
that's what I'm
petrified
saying.
wood, or they've been stolen. They're all gone. So there's that.
The petrified wood one. You'd think that at some point, this is right along par with the Rapture people. Like, at what point are you not allowed to lie to us anymore? Like, that's not a moon rock, you liar. Like, who did this? Like, I just don't get it, man.
You know, it's like, to me, it's like that movie Trading Places, where they bet on switching the guys' lives over like $1. I feel that there's that room where they all sit together and go, all right, what's the next stupid thing we can do that they'll buy? You know, it's like, let's tell them these are moon rocks, but they're petrified wood. They'll never know. Go for it. You know, I don't know. It gets crazier and crazier. And I mean, look where we are now. It's insane. Before I leave this picture, though, have you looked at this, Connor? I've done many shows with other people that have talked about this. You see, all this is all lit up.
Yeah.
Fair. When it's dark in the daytime, there's no light bulbs on this. How's it lit up? And if these are supposed to be light bulbs, who's changing them? Do they never go out? Where's the stack of light bulbs they need to change all these?
Yeah, where's all the scaffolding?
Like, none of this makes any sense.
They got a really long ladder.
Yeah. They got like what's going on here?
It's on a truck. You know what's crazy about this? And it's not anything pivotal, but like I have a video where I use some footage from this where they actually have like video footage of these kinds of things going on, not just pictures, but like actual footage.
I've seen
and it's just like what you said, like you can't see the source of the light. It's like the bricks are glowing, like the stone is just emitting light. Diodes, maybe, you know, like how an LED works. It could be like diodes that are in the stonework.
Look at that.
So incredible, man. Imagine what the world would have looked like. You know how the Bible talks about how the kingdom is like it's all illuminated, like there's no need for the sun. I'm sure obviously it's the light of the Messiah. But like how do we know that that's not some sort of like metaphorical phrase for like some insane gift of technology, like, you know, that comes as a product of being a part of his kingdom? Like it would make sense why it doesn't work anymore too, right? Like, because there's this kind of second period or whatever, last season or whatever we call it sometimes.
And what are you building this temporary structure out of? Look at the torrential amount of water that comes through this temporary waterfall.
Yeah, it's hard to get the scale. People, like, you look at the people, they're so tiny down there on the platform.
Look at that.
And just look at the scope of that building too. Look at how big around it is. There's like giant columns. You can barely see the bases of them, but it's just
look. There's people right here. There's little heads right here.
I've never even seen buildings that big in real life. I know there's places you can go to see that stuff.
Yeah.
I have not traveled that far, but
yeah, it's all built temporary.
It's amazing that all that used to be here. Like,
just look, see, there's no bulbs. Where are the light bulbs? Nothing.
Well, and all the plumbing, like all the crazy fountains, right? Like, what's plumbing all these fountains? How are they powering all of this? They got steam, like steam-powered, like coal-driven water pumps. Like,
yeah, and the two guys that didn't show up at the big one with the electricity, Edison and Tesla. Why don't you think they would have been there? You think they would have?
But yeah, they're like the fathers of modern technology, according to the.
I mean, this is better than any Christmas decoration lawn I've ever seen. Look at that.
It's crazy.
So,
you know, Russia has a lot of old world buildings that are still intact.
Yeah, and they got crazy colors on theirs too. It's really wild.
Yeah. It's kind of a different take on some of this stuff, different culture. I always like to think that there were famous architects in the old world who, you know, were known for their design styles, and that's why you see different kinds of styles all over the world. There'd be like famous builders and stuff that people would just kind of like
hire them out. They'd show up.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got some sort of crazy like acoustic levitation for moving supplies or something, like teleportation or something. Who knows,
well,
man?
The other thing too is like where did they get all the raw material? Like, how long did it take to build it? Like, none of the narratives make any sense.
You have to have something mystical to justify it.
Yeah.
Supernatural almost.
And they're like, hey, I got an idea. Let's build a World's Fair. Okay, but let's make the buildings like 200 feet tall, or what? I don't know. Is it taller than that? What do you think? I don't know. 1,000 feet tall. How about that?
I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. It is when you just look at the scale. Why is the door that big? I'm not even trying to imply giants. What if it's not for something else? What are you trying to bring in that's that tall? Why do you need the door that big? I know it's just grand, but like 50% is also grand. It doesn't need to be that big.
He rolls out, the architect goes, all right, this is what I envisioned. Okay, but why is the door so big? Can we make it smaller? No, it's got to be that big. Why? Aesthetically, it has to be that big. It's okay. And
each column must weigh 20,000 pounds. It has to.
And where did all this, was there like a crazy architectural school back in those days? Like everyone was a master architect. They all knew, all right, let's do it. I can do this. You know what I mean? They get it done. It's pretty crazy. And
yeah, it's crazy. So, it's always somebody wins a contest, right? It's
right.
The architect wins a contest, and then they just build an immaculate building.
And then we get these narratives like near us in Seattle. They have, they said that I think a homeless person threw a cigarette butt down in a subway train and it burned down the whole city. You know, I don't know, something like that. There was a San Francisco, I think a cow kicked the lantern and burned it down. And Springfield, they have almost the exact same story, but it's a monkey that set it all on fire. But they all have the same narrative. Well, the cities are trashed. What we need to do is bury it and build on top of it. Because where do you get all the dirt to cover it and level it off? Like none of that story makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you see this just happened the other day. And I gotta see, where was this? I forgot.
It's Thailand, isn't it?
Thank you. Yes, Thailand, near a hospital.
Yeah, I heard about this.
This sinkhole opened up, like massive sinkhole. I mean, it just keeps going.
It's crazy because it's so deep too. It's not just wide, but that whole area just continues to drown down. And it's like, I imagine there's a giant, like a leaning tower of Pisa right there, and the roof just caved in.
Yeah.
Like on the buried leaning tower of Pisa. I just imagine that, like a round building right down in that hole.
I mean, if you're still on the ball, you think this is heading to China. But no, this is, the earth goes so deep, we don't know where our ground level is anymore. Because we are the left behinds.
Yeah.
We are. That's it. Sorry, people. We're the left behinds. We got left behind. Our ancestors got left behind, actually. And we're living through the little season, pizza. These are my opinions. You can think otherwise, but
we're allowed to speculate a little bit on Friday night, I think.
And so this goes down so far, and because everything does. I mean, explain this away.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I see images like that, I just imagine, like, let's say whoever in between, right, didn't build on top of what was already there at that, like, defining line from the ancient to the semi-ancient.
Right.
Like, what if they never built that there and then waited and then built Thailand on top? And then that bottom part collapses, and that's how you get a sinkhole like that.
Right. This thing's collapsing and dropping this all down.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
We don't know how far
I mean, it seems like that.
Look at that. Everything. It's out here in Seattle, too. Like I said, it's everywhere. You can go all over the earth and see these structures that are buried from some catastrophe. But yeah, and we're just digging out this world that we found. That's why the buildings all say founded and not built. You know, and these have been cooked out to the point where they say they're natural formations. I say nay.
Yeah, I think there's definitely probably more than one time when the world got wiped out with some fire. You know what I mean? You got judgment, like wrath of God, and then I even think it's possible that there was some like post-millennial like energy wars, like future weapon wars. And then they kind of were like, okay, we got to put people into we got to downgrade the tech because it makes, you know, resistant factions too powerful, you know. It's like you gotta bring people back to the dark age so that then they're only capable of using swords and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not here to say you're wrong. I can't tell.
Don't know.
We weren't there.
Proof. I correlate stuff like, right, eventually at some point, you know, September 11th or whatever, you know, you start asking questions and, you know, eventually you start to see narratives like, what was her name? Judy Wood. Did you ever see those presentations about, you know, directed energy weapons and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, if there isn't a
blonde
correlation.
chick, my wife says.
I can't remember. I can't remember what she looks like. I'm more familiar with the audio of the presentation. But yeah, some people theorized eventually that it was due to some kind of advanced weapon technology that turned the buildings into kind of pulverized the infrastructure. So I can't say that's true. It's just a theory that people have. But it's interesting because you see these kind of ruinous infrastructures, and you have to think some severe heat, right?
Doesn't this kind of look like the Sphinx?
It sure does.
Right?
It really does.
Natural formation, they say in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Natural.
Okay. Just natural. Naturally happens that way. Millions of years. All right.
There's a channel on YouTube called Stellium7, and he has a whole series about like petrified titans and like strange rock formations and such.
I'll tell you. I mean, I'm sure I've seen pretty much.
You probably have looked over it. You've seen that for sure.
I mean, look at this. This supposedly they built this in 1969.
I could live there. That's my kind of place.
Okay, so let's try the mainstream narrative. Let's roll that out of this. So somehow this thing is so steep. How do you get the material up there to then build the castle on top of this rock? Right? Or
I could carry like one brick at a time.
Or it was the whole thing was a building and it got melted up to that point and then it stopped for whatever reason.
That's a good one.
Because otherwise it makes no sense. And how you get
it is weird that you would build on top of it. But you do see a lot of cases like this where the bottom is like melted and the top is like a still somewhat intact building. And to me it kind of ties into some of like what you hear, I think. Jay Dreamers talks about it a lot, like this plasma apocalypse theory, like basically the idea that there was this unified grid of technology that kind of overloaded.
Oh, I've gone over that. I did shows years ago. The guy named Steve, and he would go over the how it looks like it's melted from the bottom up, and you can find if you go out like in the deserts and stuff, and find lines mapped out. Like there was a neighborhood there, but there's nothing out there.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Those are
and then there's the Liechtenstein lightning things.
Oh, the Lichtenberg figures.
I mean, that's throughout the world too. You can see that.
Those are remarkable.
Yeah. So there's evidence of some type of energy destruction.
I've seen people comparing stuff like this. You ever seen where they compare like printed circuit boards with modern cities and they look like that? I've seen people showing damaged and like overloaded fried circuit boards that have similar kind of effects as this, where like the bottom half of the capacitor is like fried, but the top is still good looking. And so you actually have to, check them closely sometimes, and you get this same kind of effect on circuit boards where it kind of burns from the bottom up, like where it's making its connection to the ground.
I truly believe that's somehow this got melted that potentially that way more than what did they say in the chat? El Barto said unicorn flying donkeys.
Of course, that's how they built them up there. The flying unicorn donkeys are how they hoisted the bricks.
The odds of there's being a flying unicorn donkey that built this are never zero, but they're very low. How about that?
It's about as good as the official narrative.
Right. Building a rifle with a screwdriver that you leave on the roof and then jumping down and then reassembling it and wrapping it in a towel, that kind of
somehow
story,
without the screwdriver, although a screwdriver is not really in the toolkit for rifle assembly anyway. But whatever. It's like we laughed about that because we were like, who's writing the narrative? They don't. It's like a guy that knows a little bit about one thing and not about anything else. But all the experts are scrutinizing this.
Yeah, because we never had it lifetime like we can now.
Right.
Yeah.
My brother's a big gun guy, and he was like, I can't imagine using a screwdriver. I don't even know what gun would use a screwdriver. I mean, maybe there's like some little it's like some attachments or something. But yeah, usually there's like specialized tools like for specific. Yeah. So that's whatever. It's just funny. It's just funny. Like they got to be preposterous. It has to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Go back to that trading places thing. Like, what's the dumbest thing we can say to them, and they'll still buy it? Now they call him the Man of Steel, because the 30-06 bullet, which is like this freaking big, and if you watch any ballistics show, it completely obliterates the target.
I saw a video.
This gentleman, he has a neck of steel, and he saved people's lives behind him, and it stopped And then they came out today and said they never did an autopsy. So where'd they get the bullet? I mean, it's just like,
well, how did he have bones of steel if you didn't do an autopsy?
They just keep stirring it up more and more. We'll talk a little bit about tonight, and I got a tiny little video I made that some of my members got to see first time, but we'll play it tonight. But we never got into the whole Rapture thing. Let's finish that up here, because people weren't doing many apology videos. But I did see, you know, of course, the parody ones, which I found a little humorous.
This is my apology video. You were right. I was wrong. It is the Rapture. Should I have gone outside? I'm stuck on my ceiling.
I couldn't quite figure out what was going on just yet. That was
Instructions unclear.
Instructions were unclear.
Okay.
What is this one?
I want to make this clear. For those of you who are going and leaving us in the Rapture, I will be left behind. So I don't want anyone's kids. Okay. You better make sure they go with you. I don't want no one's kids. And I think on the 23rd, I'm going to start going around with some little stickers and marking everything that I want. And if my sticker is there first, that means it is mine. I have claimed it. You can't have it. There's going to be plenty more other stuff that you can have. All right? Love you. Bye.
Okay. Me and Max are ready for the Rapture. He's not going either. He didn't want to go. He's
not going either. People don't want to go. They don't want to be raptured. Like normal people are considering it. Like if there is a rapture, like leave me out of it, man. I'm okay. I'm good.
Who's gonna take care of my dogs? I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's that the whole implication.
You're staying right. At least he's not up yet. So.
And why? I know the alien thing, but why? What does it have to do with the rapture? How does Jesus not? Oh, they're wearing tinfoil. I can't take you. You know what I mean? That the
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The implication, like that the tinfoil will somehow stop you from being raptured.
Like Superman can't look through lead.
Yeah.
Rapture update. Don't look down.
Don't look down.
What if the Rapture was a big miscommunication and it's actually a velocirapture? So we get dinosaurs back on Tuesday. What if God was like, why'd I get rid of those? Those were sick as hell. Or sick as heaven. And so now we're getting them back. That's what I hope.
I have to ask, will marijuana still be available during the Rapture?
I know a lot of people really want to know the answer to that question.
Is that doable?
Is that doable?
Stay off the damn weed.
This gal, I think, is my favorite.
Rapture is upon us, and we all know the Lord doesn't like ugly people. So I wanted to look as hot as possible for him when I get sucked up into his loving embrace on September 23rd. Hot. So I decided to practice and get my angles right for when he does suck me up into his bank tube of love into heaven. At first, I got a bunch of rug burn, but then I just wrapped myself in saran wrap. And that was the method that was really able to yield the best results. See, I glide down like a small wet cherub. That's the exciting part. Let's see what it'll look like when I'm actually getting sucked up into the loving arms of my sky dad.
It'll look like this. I don't know why I find this weird. But wait, she goes off into heaven.
I love how like low quality the edit is.
Yeah,
that's what makes it so funny.
That's why I think I can totally respect it, is because that's how I make my videos.
Me too. It's like if there's too much work put into it, then it's like you raise the bar too high. It's too much work.
Right. Obviously, this is not a big budget show. I work only off of donations and tips and soap sales. In case anybody wants to know, my wife makes the best. You like that transition? The best soap you'll ever try. All natural products. She makes it right here, and you can help us out. And we're spinning. Are you there?
I'm right here.
Oh, we're back. Okay. I hope you heard the commercial. If you're interested,
Hit it again.
And of course, there's PayPal, there's Cash App, there's all kinds of ways you can support the show. And if nothing else, if you would be so kind as to at least hit the like button if you're enjoying yourself, and share and subscribe and all that stuff. So, okay, where were we? Okay, we got rid of that. We did the Rapture talk there, and let's see. Yeah, this year it just seemed to really catch on. I've been, because again, I'm older than you. I don't know how old you were when these things happened, but when we hit the year 2000, they were saying that the world was ending, and 2012 they said the world was ending, and I'm not quite sure why this year took off, but it really did. They had that 23rd just flying everywhere, and I've got to make a comment. Thank you. God bless you, Trish. And I do enjoy these conversations too. Hopefully you are enjoying as much as we are. So, and Connor has nowhere else to member for 3 months. Where's your guy here?
I was trying to get a membership. I was trying to buy a membership, but like won't let me. I don't know why.
This party buzz is everywhere.
So, okay.
I tried to gift memberships, but it won't let me. Why?
All right. Let's see. Let me get back into clearing some of these tabs. And clickety click. Go here and here.
Oh, I remember that song in the year 2000 on Conan.
Huh. This I only wanted to showcase or share because I had never heard of this before. This bird actually doesn't chirp. It makes music with its wings. I thought that was super cool.
Instead of singing.
Isn't that wild? Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's just not impressed.
I'm just dumbfounded. No, I'm just like
Oh,
I'm just not sure that I feel like it wasn't. I don't even know how to believe what.
It kind of sounds like when the battery's out on your smoke detector.
I just don't understand how it's making that noise.
Isn't that wild?
How do you do that?
Yeah, the frequency of how it vibrates its wings. I mean, we're going back to the same thing. Vibration and frequency.
They're saying it's farting. They're saying it farts that sound.
Oh, stop it. You guys ruined it. You just ruined it. Who said that?
The whole chat? They're all saying that it farts.
You guys ruined a perfect... That was such a beautiful bird. Now all I see is it farting. All right, I'm done with this stupid
What
bird.
if that is what it's doing, though? What happens if you keep playing the video? Do they admit that that's what it's doing?
I don't know. When they start talking like it's some nature show, then that's how you get a strike. So.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Oh, we don't play that game, so.
Well, we'll just assume it farts.
Yeah, you guys, whatever. You guys decide whatever you want. This show is
warbler proceeds to fart by releasing a high-pitched whistling sound.
Yes, and if you listen closely, you can hear the fart from a great distance. The fart bird. Okay. All right, you guys.
Good one.
I had something else. The farting bird. Oh, I know. If Patty's in the chat, here's the tiger. Well, that one went on for a while.
That one, for some reason, was like slowed down.
It's like took over the show. Hey, Groot. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What do we got here? And then, of course, yeah, the alien invasion couldn't come fast enough for most of us. It's such a slow rollout, boiling the frog a little at a time. But this one's going on in Copenhagen, where they halted the airport because these green lights are flying around. I don't know. Everything that comes over these scrying mirrors now, you can't believe anything. But allegedly, the Copenhagen airport was shut down for this thing, so that's why I thought I'd bring this one up. But yeah, we have more space news to get into. But
scary space news. Huh?
Yeah. Well, you can choose. We got these tabs here. What is it? Just regular stuff. Then we get into some Charlie Kirk stuff. Then we got space news, and then round it out with some God. What do you think? Where do you want to go?
Whatever's clever, man.
Whatever's clever.
I'm ready to rock.
He's a poet and doesn't know it. All right. Well, we'll just keep rolling then. Rolling. This guy, he visited, I guess it's like Universal, one of these, where they have actual props from the movie.
So over here,
from like Men in Black.
They've got some merch from the movies. Not sure what this thing is though. But what's really cool is that they have merch from the movies. So not sure what this is. It says Neuralizer. Oh, check it out. They have merch from the movies. So
nothing yet. Get it?
Not.
Maybe this is just a joke for me, but for those of you that know the movie, this thing wipes your memory. Okay.
He just keeps forgetting that he said that it was merch from the movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is where I am, but seems cool. But anyway, over here at this wall, they got like merch from the movies. Alright, so I just got off the ride. I'm in the gift shop over. Oh, cool! They got merch from the movies. Anyway.
All right, I'll kind of.
He's just gonna keep going.
It just keeps going. I don't know. It's only a minute 38 seconds, but it seems like it's going on way too long. But I found it humorous. So.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There you go. And then of course they always the flooding and the weather warfare that's going on. You got this is going on in France, just like torrential. This was I think a couple days ago. But I don't hear about this in America. Like we only are concerned about America. We don't talk about this stuff unless you go on X or whatever to see this. So,
wow.
Prayers for anybody that's out there dealing with this.
My goodness.
And like you were saying, Connor, the money that we spend on war and space, we were saying things like that. Can you imagine what we could do to like the areas that got destroyed? I mean, I know a lot of it's for like stealing the land, like Paradise, California has one of the richest deposits of gold, and they're not letting anyone back there, and the areas of Maui and all that. But you imagine like the people in North Carolina are still dealing with issues from that, and no one seems to care anymore. What if we'd sent all this money to try to rebuild all that stuff, Yeah. But no, we don't, because they really aren't there for us. That's the thing. I still get people that are still in the left-right paradigm, and they kind of get upset with me when I talk trash about, say, the current president. But I'm not choosing sides. They all work together against us.
Right.
It doesn't matter who's in the office.
It took me forever to get out of that. It's a very strong delusion.
It is.
Because, you want to believe that this side represents you because everything points to the idea that they do. Like whether you have left or right wing views, you like got that circle seems to agree. But it's just the reality is it's a smokescreen. They never do anything. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna lower taxes, but then they actually don't do it. Like if you pay attention, it just gets worse. Like that's really the real unifier. I think that's what melts down the delusion is the fact that it's like you can be on either side of the fence and you're still losing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and even the people that thought and they always put in somebody that one side hates, so the other one, side is stewing, and then they bring in the other guy and good cop, bad cop. One guy has donuts or whatever, you know what I mean? And so they made the last administration, honestly, such a joke that, you wanted this guy to succeed, but, he's been in twice now. Hillary's still not in jail. He still hasn't built the wall. He has managed to sign executive orders that say you can't talk trash about Israel, and you can't. And he was the father of warp speed, and he started Space Force that's never left the ground and wasted more of our money. Exactly. But they go, oh, but he's an insider and he has to pretend. Oh, how long does he have to pretend? This is his second term, and he has everyone, right? He's got everyone, all Republican. This is the go time, but no, that's not it. He's there to just prolong this and push through the agenda that both sides want to push through. That's the thing. He just happens to be funnier than the last guy. He is funny.
He's actually like a great spellcaster, you know what I mean? Like high level, like dark mage of manipulation. Like if you watch Trump, he's funny and charismatic, and his answers are always really good. And he seems like it's such a weird paradox because you have, on one hand, this guy that seems like, oh yeah, no, that's Trump. That's the Trump from 2016 who's gonna fix everything. But then you see the actual results. It's right. It's why the Bible's so specific and why God tells us we got to judge by fruit. We got to be. Yeah. You got to look at what actually becomes of what people are doing and saying, not what they say they're going to do. Because evidently, it doesn't matter if it's Barack Obama or Bush or Trump or anybody. It's always the progression of the same anti-human agenda. And the more you know about it, the more evident it is. That's kind of why. That's why we do what we do here. We talk about stuff we're not supposed to talk about because who's gonna? Who else is going? They're not going to. They're not going to rat themselves out.
Who else is going to say, look what they saw in the sky at Istanbul? If that wouldn't give you the change your underwear moment, I don't know what would.
Kind of looks like a polar bear or something.
No, you don't see a face. I see a giant face staring at us. 2 eyes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it could be
nose, mouth.
I thought it almost looked like a dog or something. Like, I don't know.
It's a farting bird.
yeah. Or it's just a horrifying smoke apparition.
Yeah.
No, it does look pretty, skeletal and terrifying.
Yeah, it's not. Look at it's looking at us. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And we've seen crazy. Weird stuff in the sky out here. I'll tell you. I tell you.
I tell you what.
I tell you what. Here, let's see. I'll show you. I have it here somewhere. Let's see. Clickety click. Everybody having fun?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Okay. Let's see. Where'd it go?
We still got to get everyone in tonight too.
Oh, I will definitely do that. Let me pull this up really fast.
find an excuse to say it.
Isn't that easy?
That one's my favorite one.
It really is the greatest line ever on a movie, I'd say. Okay. Let's see. We'll go here. Clickety click. Here and here.
Clickety click.
You see that? See, I filmed these things. No one talks about this. This was in 2019. I have the date written down somewhere. The whole sky was purple. Purple. Like I didn't change anything on this. This is what it looked like when you walked outside. And no one talked about this. I didn't hear anything about it on the news or anything. I'll make this larger. Look at it. We've seen some really weird stuff in the sky. Problem is most people are so busy, they're either at that moment they were at work or they had their phones on, they were looking down. The whole damn thing turned purple. We've seen crazy things. There's all kinds of rainbows you can see now. It's constant. This is obviously a lens flare, but no, this was in the sky. Just random rainbows.
That's another weird one. Yeah, that's super weird, man.
Yeah.
Strange. You filmed this?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's all around my house.
You know, I saw some weird stuff, in the last few days, too. One thing I haven't seen a lot of is those little lines that you see in the sky. I haven't seen a lot of those lately.
We see them all the time. Are you kidding?
I've been looking the last couple of days. Haven't seen any.
And this guy was actually in a plane flying, and a plane went by and it left a black trail.
Yikes.
I mean, look at this. It's like a negative trail. Some of this is the window. It's hard to get through the plane window. But there was a little plane that went by and dropped all this black stuff. It's really
probably
weird.
just a swarm of Bill Gates mosquitoes.
Yeah, yeah.
Deploying a quick mosquito swarm.
The swarm. Oh, my gosh. That was a really bad horror movie in like the 70s. It was with Michael Caine. He's in everything. And about bees, killer bees. And then in Washington, we had killer hornets, right? They murder hornets.
Yeah, the murder hornets. You know what? Let me tell you, I ordered something from overseas and there was a murder hornet in the box. I kid you not.
Wait, what?
Like a giant black wasp. Totally.
Did you take a picture of it?
It escaped.
Oh,
it escaped into the local biome.
Oh, no. You might be the reason they got into Washington.
It's Wasp X. I wasn't even gonna try to catch it. It was horrifying, man. It was big. It's like as big as my thumb.
That would be horrifying.
It was not okay.
I wouldn't try to
stuck
catch
to
it
the
either.
box. I ordered like this loft bed setup thing that's in here, and it was stuck to the box.
This one looked like a city in the sky. It looked like a mountain range in the sky. It was trippy.
That is so cool, man. That is crazy.
Yeah, this is right in my house, basically. In the backyard, we were filming these. Look at that.
Yeah, that's like when we see some New Jerusalem coming down.
Yeah.
Destination Kingdom.
Honk, honk.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff. We see some crazy stuff in the sky. And just the colors are like wild. And this cloud just kind of like showed up. It wasn't there all of a sudden. Poof, it was right there. It's kind of weird. And of course, all this muck here that's got sprayed over the sun. That's when I was growing up that you didn't have clouds that looked like this.
That is some strange stuff too. It definitely looks like a gas cloud.
And then the moon is out more in the daytime than it is at night to me. I mean, look,
I've been seeing a lot of daytime moon for sure.
And if the sun's down here in this right corner, how we getting that view? Like none of this is making sense anymore. But if you're not ready to see it this way, then you're going to say, well, no, it's a refraction. It's the sun's 93 million miles away and blah, blah, blah. But
the Earth is shading the moon.
Yeah. Oh, I know this was. Yeah, right. This is the Earth. This is the moon. This was a star. I think it was Sirius. And see, that's what they look like. And don't tell me it's out of focus. You can see them move and dance and change shape and stuff. They're pretty fascinating. What I found is when I filmed it with the one camera, it was white. And when I looked at the telescope camera, it came out blue. So the technology is messing with us. You can look at something with the naked eye and then look at it through a camera. It looks like it's way farther away. So there's something going on.
It's like one of those little gummy peach ring candies.
Yeah,
I love those things.
I'm
a fiend for snacks, man.
But yeah, I filmed all these things. I don't want to bore the audience with all these stuff.
That's interesting. It's like an irregular crescent.
Yeah,
there's like a chunk missing out of that. It's like it's not. What is that?
I filmed the moon,
but it looks funky. It looks like it's got like a chunk taken out of it or something.
Yeah.
It's like not a perfectly round face on that crescent. It's very weird. So
and then this was one of the first things I ever filmed. It's the first thing on my channel. I was in a plane and I saw this, what to me looked like two suns. I have a whole video on it. And look at that. And then people are saying, well, it's like a reflection in the water and stuff, but this isn't water here. Plus, there's a reflection here of some yellow, another thing that's yellow. And even if it is, at what point does it change from white to yellow? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is strange.
You can see there's the ground here. It's not the ocean. And the first video I put up was this, and I showed the seat that I was sitting at, and I put it to the music from the Incredible Hulk, The Lonely Man. And I got a copyright strike. So I had to change the music.
That's always how they get you.
Yeah. So there was that. Let's see, is that everything?
The two suns phenomenon, or multiple suns in videos, is a very interesting concept.
Isn't it? Wow. This is what a star looks like. I filmed all these. This one changed color. I was doing it freehand. Sorry about how it moves around. I'm moving it. The star's
it's tough too.
It is.
It's like so far away. You gotta be like, you gotta be very steady in order to have it stay in shot.
Yeah, because what Carl Sagan say? They're billions and billions of miles.
Oh, sure. A burning gas ball millions of miles away.
So, all right. Well, that's enough of this. We can do this. I can do that all night. Look at this stuff. Oh, here's another one. So, and you can see some of this stuff with the binoculars. Even look at that. Look at how it changes color and shapes in there. It's cymatic patterns.
Yeah, it's like flickering and wiggling. It's like an electrical.
I must have had it on a tripod because there's no way I held it this steady. Oh, yeah. So I was moving the tripod. Anyways, I think that's it. Let's get out of this. We got too many tabs to get through this. I could be lost in this all night. Okay, there. All right. How's everyone doing?
I was waiting for that one.
I forgot I promised it to you, so there we go.
That was good timing.
Thanks.
How's everyone doing?
All right. Is everybody on time? I don't know. I haven't seen anybody sneak in, but if they're tardy, I'll get them. So, let's see. Where are we at here? Let me get rid of that. Try to make this run better without all these tabs open. Click that, close, and okay. Let's go back into here. Where were we? Clickety click. Here we go. Okay. So that's that demon cloud in the sky. And let's see. And I don't know kind of how you feel about this, but after 700 years, they just welcome back the Knights Templar. I don't know if this is a good thing or is this a sign of Satan's apocalypse. What is this?
I thought that the Order of the Knights Templar was like disbanded and they killed the last guy like ages ago.
Possibly these could all be cosplay. I don't know.
It's a Renaissance fair. Oh, look, the papacy has reallowed the Templar.
So I don't know.
This looks like cosplay to me. Look at all these guys.
She's a witch. So, I don't know.
I want to go. Let's go. This is totally my vibe right here.
Nice. So, okay. All
Destination right. Kingdom.
Oh, and President Mark Cohn actually went and gave evidence to the court that she's a woman. Did you guys hear this part?
What?
There's actual video of it. This is her proving she's a woman to the court because this just happened. There she is. I mean, how did she prove it to the court? They honest to God said that. They were all speculating because who's it? Some famous person even got a lawsuit against them saying that she was a man.
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens, yeah, the other Illuminati, the Freemason thing. Yeah, she said she's a man, of course, and so then she gave proof to the courts. I don't know how she did it unless she did the chair routine. I don't know. So
I think it went exactly like that.
Thank you.
I think that's just certainly how it went.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. And again, the one thing about this president, he's funny. He's freaking hilarious. He's the biggest troll out there. He just put together this line of Hall of Presidents and everyone's portrait on the wall, right? And you get Clinton, and you got one of the Bushes there, and then you know what? Before we get to the punchline, I've made this comment. This proves it to you. I was a child when this guy was around, but I was there for like the gas lines and how terrible the times were. Then this guy came in, and I got to vote for him on his second term. And I was all proud. I'm doing my part, you know. But between this guy and this guy and this guy and the next guy and Barack, nothing changed. It just marched along. Sometimes you paid more taxes, sometimes you paid less. Other than that, the agenda, the New World Order, whatever they want to call it, just marched right on through. They all work together. So, and then, so back to the story here. So he puts together this line of presidents, and you get to Bush, and Obama. Here's the first Trump. Here's the auto pen. And then the second Trump. Come on, that's some funny stuff right there. He put Biden in as the auto pen.
That's Nothing. Cold. He did him dirty. You know, it's actually crazy. I have a friend who had student loans that got forgiven under the Biden administration.
I didn't know any of them got it.
Yeah, apparently so. And what's crazy about it is it's the only time I've ever heard about the president doing anything for anyone. Like I've never like, oh, Joe Biden, the most like the guy who falls off his bike is the least effective guy ever, but he actually gets something for someone. I guess we got bribery checks back during the 2020
Well,
era.
yeah, but they were cheap. He didn't give us very much compared
No,
to
you have to have like kids in your house and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you have to be in a particular economic situation for it to have been any good.
So, all right. So, anyways, I thought that was top
The
level
auto
trolling.
pen. That's pretty
auto pen, top level trolling there.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty good.
Meanwhile, he's saying that we're getting the med bed.
Now, President Donald J.
Oh, I can't do Fox News talking, but let's see.
Is this real? No.
Yeah,
This is a troll. This has been a joke
Are you
for
telling me
decades.
this is a joke thing? Are you kidding? This
No,
is Lord Trump.
I know. I mean, I can't believe it if it's real.
Let's see.
Let it
Every
play.
American will soon receive their own MedBed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation, equipped with the most advanced.
Is this leaking Matrix to anyone else but me?
I'm not going. I'm not in.
I could just see Neo going, no! Did you not even freaking watch the movie? I spent 4 movies trying to get out of those things.
Cairo says it's a deleted scene from Blade Runner. I like how he says you'll get your MedBed card. He just announces that you'll soon be offered. That's the best.
Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, I don't know if you know this one, Connor. I did there was a fascinating story on it over in Canada. They wanted to help people unalive themselves.
Oh no.
And they came out with a machine. And look this up. I'm absolutely serious about this. I'm not making this up. They came out with an assisted unaliving machine, right? Just like in Futurama or whatever, you know?
Really?
Yeah, but check this out. It gets really sick and twisted. The first person to use it, it didn't work. And they didn't want to lose their funding. So the person that was running this company bludgeoned them to unalived. And then got up on murder charges.
What?
You think I'm making this up?
No, I feel like you are, even though I trust that you're not. You can't make it up.
Yeah, it was in Canada. Let's see.
I have to open a tab.
Mother. Let's see. Where'd it go?
Everything. I'm like looking it up. It's giving me freaking Jack Kevorkian. Like I'm not looking up Jack Kevorkian right now. That's not who I'm looking up.
Yeah, that guy. I remember about that guy. That was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the original assisted unaliving guy.
Oh, I can't seem to find it right now.
Oh man.
The whole story. Let's see. I believe it was Canada. Let's just take this Canada off and then see what happens there. Let's see. Oh, maybe it was. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's Switzerland. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it was Switzerland. I apologize.
Yeah, they've got a CNN article about it.
Yeah, yeah. I apologize, Canada. I didn't mean to.
just throws Canada under the bus.
Well, they're just part of the United States. So, yeah, here we go. We'll go here.
I dropped
Not
it.
that I had to prove it to you, but it sounds so insane. I wanted to show you that the world has gotten insane. That's the thing. Let's see where to go. Here it is. Look at that thing.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
That's
and so the first time they used it, it didn't work. And so several people have been taken into custody and facing criminal charges. And this was last year. And where'd it go? It's in here somewhere. But you'll have to look for it. But yeah, they basically they forced it since it didn't work properly.
We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. Carl Sagan. That's what it says on the side of the pod.
Wait, what?
On the pod. It says
Oh, yeah, right there.
We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. Imagine that. You die and that's the last. That's written on your grave. Or whatever that's.
Dude, whatever these things are. Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, so let's see. Let me get that off of here. Get rid of that tab. I don't need
Star
that
stuff.
one. That one. Go back to the med bed. We got that one done.
Med bed. Med beds have made me laugh since 2018. since Q and stuff. Because that was part of it. That the Jasara thing, and then they're gonna bring out med beds, and everyone will be 25 again. That was a good one.
Okay, so now this is why people say, "Oh, I like him. Look what he's saying." Once again, like Connor was saying earlier, yeah, they say everything you want to hear. That's what makes them so good. MAGA is the top witch, not Warlock witch, by the way, in the satanic thing. MAGA, and Reagan had MAGA before he had MAGA, but in any case, he goes out on a limb because he's one of us, right? And he talks about things I don't even feel comfortable to this day still talking about on YouTube.
Right.
I won't play what he says, but he says they want to remove mercury in that thing, aluminum, all the things that we've been talking about for years. MMR, he's saying should be taken separately. So now he's starting to skew a little bit from what I believe, right? And then when you mix them, there's a problem. There's no downside. Well, I don't know. But the thing is they've never had accountability with these things. He's the father of the one that started out in 2020. He's very proud to announce it. Held up the whole box and everything in a press conference because he's still pushing the agenda. He's just be doing it lukewarm to try to appeal to the masses by questioning the things that we've been questioning for years, the things that channels get taken down over. The fact that why are they giving babies the hepatitis B shot? Because they're not doing drugs or having sex. They were just born. But yet we've been, doing that forever. And he's now questioning it. Like he's, just figured this all out himself. But what he says is, when he breaks it down, he's not saying, no, they're all bad. He's saying we should break them up. See, do it in 4 visits instead of 1. So he backpedaled saying, oh, we need to do this, that, and the other. It's no good. But if you do it in slower amounts at one, you know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
He's backpedaling it. And so then you get this. He starts talking about the Amish. Like we've all said on all these channels, that they don't have any autism or dementia or any of these issues that we have. So he talks about it. So it's like, well, he's on our side, but no, it's just more of the confusion because then you got him going around saying, well, we figured out the cause of it. And autism comes from Tylenol. And he wears this hat. Trump was right about everything. And so then what? You have this horrific thing going around, and it's actually happening. It's sad. People are overdosing on Tylenol just because they hate him so much they want to prove him wrong. And yet when you look at this right here in 2017, Tylenol themselves said that you shouldn't take their products while pregnant. So these people are taking it to prove Trump wrong, and the company itself, they're not even reading the labels on the bottles of the stuff they're taking.
Well, acetaminophen is not the same as like Advil. I think a lot of people confuse the over-the-counter painkillers. They don't realize that it's not just like a light NSAID. Like that thing will pickle your liver. You can't take a lot of that stuff. It's very
my wife says it's one of the worst deaths you can have is dying of that overdose. Yeah.
Let's not do that, guys.
Yeah.
we know Trump is wrong most of the time. Trump is wrong about everything. You can wear that hat, and then you don't need to prove him wrong to your own peril.
He's never going to know that you're proving him wrong. He doesn't care about you.
He may not even really exist. He could be like a construct. I've never seen him in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know if he really exists.
He's a hologram.
The only thing I know is real is what's going on in this room right here. That's about all I know for sure. And even then, I don't know.
Well, just what's going on in your room, right?
That's what I mean. My room right here. This is it. This is all I have. This is all I know. For all I know, the backside of these glasses are TVs, and I'm in the Matrix, and I'm just watching what they want me to see.
You're in a med bed.
Yeah. You were injured in a horrible accident. You've been in a coma for the last 6 months. Wait a minute.
That would actually make more sense than the world we're living in now, honestly.
Yeah, you wake up and everything's fine. And you're like, oh, that was just some sort of weird, like, comatose fever dream. Whew, I'm glad that's over. It's like 2015 again. Right before everything got weird. It was okay for a second.
Yeah, let's see what we got going on in the chat here. What is this? Okay, so we're good. But thank you very much, Wendy. God bless you. And I got it. Maybe you can help me. We'll do something together, Connor, because I want to do something different, extra for my members, but I never seem to have any time for it. You're doing like 3 shows. I'm gonna have to try, but
it's tough.
It is.
I'm pretty busy. I don't have a lot of time for. I'm like doing one thing and then the other thing. It's pretty intense. But
thank you, Wendy, for the more members. We'll come up with something besides mailing out bears. I did mail out the bears, so if you want a bear,
I've been thinking about doing a giveaway soon too.
And I still have my hat full of names. I got to fill in. There's more members and stuff, so I'll do that next week, and have another maybe drawing. We'll see. I do think my guest is dope. Thank you, in a good way. We're not meaning that negatively.
Dopey guest.
Dopey.
It's a dope. You forgot the Y on there.
And we're gonna go through that reality witness. Hang on, we haven't.
Hey, let's go. There's been so many more revelations. It's just every day something new, right?
All right. Well,
it's a good distraction.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Okay. Shoot.
As long as we're not talking about the island. You know what I mean? I heard there was an island.
And then, of course, he goes to the UN or whatever, and he says that climate change is a con job perpetrated on the world. He said it, YouTube, not me. You know what I mean? So, of course, people are like, yeah, he's my guy. That's why I voted for him, right? Because he's saying all the right things. But what does he do about him is the question. Meanwhile, the clown show continues because he goes to get on the escalator. It seems like every time he's doing an escalator, there's an issue. Remember? He did the escalator down, and the Simpsons did the same cartoon like 10 years before or something. And so here he gets on the escalator, and as soon as their feet touch it, it stops. Doink. Now, if this were real, and he's the president of the United States, and these are all secret circuits.
Basically, the secret circus.
Secret circus. Like that's not. That's what do you call it? Non-expected moment, whatever that word is. I'm looking for.
Unexpected.
That's the one.
Yeah. The non-expected.
Brain cells as we go along. Okay, so. Aren't these people supposed to scramble and protect them? Because maybe this is the moment that like this guy was going to take the shot and they hit the button and stop the escalator.
Right. That's what it seems like. Or like, the escalator freezes and that triggers the improvised device. It's like, oh, I guess the president's motion has been impeded.
Yeah.
Like imagine the convoy and then like a truck pulls out in front of the presidential convoy and they just like park there for a second. And they're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's happening? Are those armed gunmen coming out of the back of a truck? Oh, it's probably cosplay.
Cosplay again. Yeah, look at dump right there. These guys should be scrambling. They're like, oh man, we gotta walk.
I think you had it right the first time. Secret Circus is hilarious.
The Secret Circus.
They're all a bunch of jokers.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me started on when he allegedly gets shot with the rifle and he's there. He's the tallest one there, and they're all ducking down. And then they let him stand up to do the fight, and bring in 10 photographers to take the picture.
Yeah,
with the
they
American
got the
flag
photo with the
flying
bullet
behind
like
him.
in the air. Like they had that guy who's like famous for taking photos from what was it, like 9/11 or something.
Yeah.
He was there that day too.
He was there when Bush got the news. Yeah. And he
Oh,
caught
that's what it was. That's
Yeah.
right. He was
and
there
he
when
caught the
Bush got
magic-
the news.
He caught the magic bullet flying. You got that shot too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wild. It's cool. I mean, I'm not praising them, but it's very interesting how the elites of the world write their own friends and family into positions of history and stuff by making stuff up. They're like, because now that guy is the guy who took those famous photos, and then like he'll be written forever in the archives as that great photographer. And like, how many of these our history is decorated with these people like never really did anything, but they like wrote it as though they were like, oh well, he invented the Crystal Palace and then he orchestrated the moving of it. He also invented the banana. True story. I'm not even joking. The guy they say that invented the Crystal Palace and then had it moved is the guy who discovered the yellow banana.
Stop
that we all
it.
know today. They just give you random credit for stuff. For in his younger life, he discovered the banana, but then as he got older, he wanted to be known for more than fruit. So he was like, "Oh, I built that building," and they're like, "Yeah, of course you did. He founded it."
The banana guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's funny. That's like there's this joke. It's obviously a joke, but Guy Fieri, you know, the food review guy.
Yeah.
There's a joke that he was actually used to be the lead singer from Smash Mouth. It's not, but it's pretty funny. And the idea was that like his band wouldn't work out, so they keep trying to launch him to career success. So it's like, oh well, the music thing isn't working. How about food reviews? Like it's just. We joke about stuff like that all the time. We like to think that if you look too much alike in Hollywood, it's probably because you're related.
Right.
That's
Well,
how we
that's
see
funny.
it.
The next tab, I just want to thank Stacy very much. God bless you.
Bless you, Stacy.
All that helps. We appreciate everything. And okay, where was I? Yeah, this next tab, it kind of goes right along with what you're saying. Let's go back into it and clickety click here. And we'll go there.
After about 200 years, a bloodline will just die out because they're infertile from so much inbreeding. And so they would just take a cadet family, one of the other branches, and they plug them in. And so it was the same bloodline. But if you look at the Habsburgs, they all have strawberry blonde hair. It's reddish blonde. And there's a Pope, Orsini, who had reddish blonde hair. And I think he was involved in the Habsburg line. Another one is Bill Clinton's mother, who was the illegitimate child of Winthrop Rockefeller, who was governor of Arkansas. That's why Clinton was president, and now Hillary Clinton. She's actually, her middle name was Rodham. What I looked it up, and it was shortened from Brodowski, and she's from a Jewish family in Brodowski, Poland. They keep rebreeding the ancient stock. The chi in Italian, Medici. Yeah, chi means the stock, the bloodline you're from, or the tribe. It means DNA is what it means, and it's always through the female. It's not through the male. It's through the female.
So that's interesting, don't you think? There was that gal, I think she was like 13 or something at the time. She's probably like 40 now. This story's been forever, where she was able to connect all the presidents in history to one king, except I think one president. They're all related. It's astronomically impossible. So, if you believe in astronomics, hey, honey, can you give me more coffee if there's any? She's there. I don't know. Either that or Connor thinks I'm calling him honey. Okay, let's see. So let's get out of that. And then, of course, Trump is showing up. Here we go again. All of your tax dollars going, they'll say it's his own money. How do we know it's his money and your money? But he put 24-karat gold throughout the room.
Thousands, actually, of pictures, beautiful paintings, some of them in the vault for over 100 years. And we added a lot of 24-karat gold. And
because we had nothing else to do. And there's nothing left in Fort Knox, so why not put it here, right?
Yeah, the national debt was handled, so... We
What's
thought
that?
we had a little. The national debt. We handled it, so
Yeah,
we
it's
thought
all
we had
good.
We had a little extra to spend.
A little something.
No big deal.
They did the little gold vases on this shelf here,
Can you imagine the cost of that exquisite? What is this? Look at that thing. How do you make that?
I don't know. And you got people that are like struggling to pay their mortgage and get food on their table, and he's showing this shit off. Sorry, but look at this.
Pearl says embellishing these government buildings like they're temples in biblical times. I love that.
Yeah, 100%. That's right over the target. You're right, Pearl.
Their god Mammon has been successfully worshipped in this regard.
Yeah. Well, he talks this is the golden age, I think he always says.
Oh, they love that, don't they? They love the golden age.
Because, you need to impress the people that always looks like he's looking at me. Stop looking at me.
He is. He caught on to you just then.
Dude. He's like, who's this ceiling fan man? Get a hold of the...
Yeah, you'd be like, I assure you, ceiling fan man very much loves life.
Yes,
He's not interested in that machine that we reviewed earlier.
Not at all. No, I have no interest in that. I'd like more coffee if there's anyone listening to that. I don't think Trump's going to get me that. I understand. Had the gal got in, I think we would have got a crazy town way faster. Okay, this is a slow rollout,
I mean, I think we would have seen.
And I've done enough stories on her, but this one was funny because she came out with an audiobook, and one of these guys, this guy, I don't know who these people are, but he slowed it down 30%. And it doesn't take much to make it sound like she's drunk.
In the summer of 2020.
That's a little loud. Let me turn it down.
It's a little bit loud.
Sorry.
I can hardly tell where we're going.
During her final trip to Washington as German Chancellor, I hosted Angela Merkel for breakfast at the Vice President's residence.
I think they were serving mimosas.
I am a stickler for being on time. I feel it's a mark of respect.
I feel it's a mark of respect.
Right.
So, one minute you're defending the whole galaxy, and then you find yourself sucking down Darjeelings with Marie Antoinette and her little sister.
Yeah, they're saying that she's a bad memory now. I had, let's see, where's this thing? Let's see if I can find it.
That was weird. It was like a different timeline that we broke away from, and it's now just gone.
What do you mean?
The Kamala timeline?
I know, right?
Hole. Moving forward, like, we're on to the next thing now.
Let's see. Where is it? And the thing is again, because of YouTube, you can't play the song you want. I wanted that song by, I'm not going to find it now. Dang. I wanted the song by, oh, here it is. What's that? Blue Oyster Cult. But I couldn't play it because of the copyright strike, of course. And so I had to put it to this because it was free music. It kind of knows the struggle. It's real. Let's see. Which one is it? Oh, it's this. Clickety click. And here.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
I did this because for no reason whatsoever, this showed up on Twitter. There's a whole bunch of turkeys around Thanksgiving. We're running around this Harris thing. So that's what inspired me.
What can be.
Nobody understood what the hell she was talking
by
about.
What has been.
Other than doing the Baphomet hand up, hand down, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
That's never made any sense to me at all, and I've tried so hard to like remove my bias and pretend I liked her and tried to understand what that meant, and I still can't. I don't know what you're saying. At least unburdened by what used to be or something. Like, by what has been doesn't make any sense.
Anyways, it's enough of them. You can find that on my channel if you really are interested in.
She's a funny one.
She was something else. So, okay, so get rid of that. And then, okay, so those are fake moments, whatever, or at least not some of them were when she's talking like she's drunk. These actually are real. These are in the history, U.S. history. This stuff happened.
Wakanda forever.
I mean, what was that about? I don't understand.
That was a movie.
Well, I know, but why is she?
She's not even black.
Hey, don't say that. Sometimes she is, sometimes she isn't.
Oh man, yeah, I guess that's true too. Is that on the list?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's go.
Paid for by Kamala Harris.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
No way.
These moments really happened in history. Or,
I feel like that needs to be clipped, and every time you say something good, you have to hit that one as one of your buttons. Please clap. Like, anytime you say anything important.
Full world. Please clap.
They did it too.
I know. Well,
They're like, oh, of course.
You feel bad for the guy, I guess, if you don't.
That's funny.
I can dispute the fact
That you're a rapist.
that we need.
Bill Clinton is a rapist.
Awkward.
Oh, that was intense. The timing was good too.
Oh, what's this one?
Oh. Pokemon Go. But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
We did it.
That one was so bad. It's like it was so dry.
Oh, it's terrible. But
Hilarious.
here's the thing. The one I played earlier, they slowed down her voice to make her sound drunk. This is actually how this one was presented to the world.
We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
We did it, Joe.
So I've got to ask you.
She made fun of her right there to her face. That's crazy.
Oh, shoot. Look, here we go. This one.
And pussy too. I call upon all nations to do everything they can.
Oh, this is my favorite, I think. This one's killer right here. The sound up. Yeah, okay.
Call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
I knew it. Oh, that one's so iconic.
Oh shit! Okay.
These people are not real. Like they're so unhinged. Now watch this drive.
Yeah, we'll hear that one again.
Watch this drive.
Now watch this drive.
If you hate cops just because of cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead.
That's a good one. That is great.
Oh shoot!
He's so serious too. Like the look on his face. He's not joking. He says, "Call it crackhead."
Call it crackhead.
He's serious.
God. This is
He's
the world
tired
we
of
live
people
in.
lambasting his police. He wants you to call it crackhead next time.
Yeah. This is the world we live in, people.
If George Bush had been talking about something that wasn't serious, like this supposed terrorist threat, and like if he was just talking about, oh yeah, we're getting the new thing installed or whatever. Now watch this drive. But he goes from something supposed to be so serious. He's talking about terror. It's like the war on terror. Oh man.
To stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
we have to do everything we can to stop these terrorist killers.
It's like right out of Police. What is it? Police Squad or those movies? The guy goes, the TV show Police Squad. He goes, I promise you, every cop in the city, they will not rest night and day until we catch your husband's killer. Okay, now let's get some lunch. It's the same thing. It's the same vibe. Oh,
Yep.
shoot.
That's
Okay.
great.
All right, so enough of that. It is all a stage. Oh, we don't need the music. They always have the same music. I mean, the plane has different things. They show you that, like they were joking about Biden having all these green screen sets and blue screen sets. They have these all over the place. Provably so. So you'll never know when you're actually watching the thing you're watching. Look at that. And they have, if you look up Castle Rock Studios.
Yeah, I remember. They have like a giant fake White House over there that's like almost to spec size.
Yeah.
Somewhere in like Atlanta or something.
And people were pointing this out in the day when he was in office, is that there's a window here and they actually saw like construction, different things outside this window. And of course, there's no window in this view. So I don't know, unless he did some
I've seen it
remodeling.
where there was like no tree outside the window and then there was a tree outside the window. Like, how did it get there? And like from one scene to the next. Like, I think it was during Trump's first administration.
Yeah.
He was talking in the office. You could see out the window. There was a tree there. And then in the next scene, same, supposed to be same event. The tree just wasn't there. So it was like the clips were put together from more than one shooting, which is crazy.
Yeah, there you go. So
yeah, you see the little inconsistencies and stuff.
Yeah.
That is so wild.
And they're all actors. They all have IMDb pages. Yeah, so this is when he got his jab, and it was in a movie set.
That's right.
And then this gal, you remember her? She's an actress. They're all actors.
Yeah, it makes you think about like Johnson being sworn in on the plane. You know.
Right.
It's stuff like that. You wonder, like, were they even really where they were supposed to be? There's no like way to know for sure.
Yeah, here's the Black Rock. This is Fort McPherson. Look at this. There's another White House.
Yeah, that's wild.
There's at least 3 that are out there. So
I think that one in Fort McPherson belongs to Tyler Perry Studios.
Oh, really?
They have those warehouse buildings that are right next to it, and they have
Yeah.
big film studios in there where they shoot all kinds of stuff in those big warehouses.
Okay.
I remember this stuff breaking a few years ago, and everybody was really freaked out about it because it was like back when, remember 2020, and everyone thought that was really suspicious. And people thought like the world was going to end, obviously, because the elections were, you know,
we're on repeat. Yeah.
Well, yeah, every year now. What is it, 2012?
Oh yeah, they had,
I remember
they had
2012.
clips going on. They said it was all ending. Yeah, it's never ending.
The Aztec calendar or whatever.
Meanwhile, you know, well, we had taco night tonight, but this is where your tax dollars are going for. I mean, this is the stuff they're eating. Oh, but they deserve it because they're running the country. Really? Why do they deserve multi-million-dollar salaries and this kind of food? I don't know. Who are we impressing?
Well, and for the cost, what are you even getting? You should have like a whole table of cheeseburgers for the amount of money these people.
Yeah,
are
right.
spending.
God love you. Yes.
What, you know what I mean? Look at that.
You're
What is
hungry.
that? That's a ripoff.
Yeah, I'm still going out to McDonald's after this, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, whoa. Okay, now we've made this way too big. There we go. And of course, I understand.
yeah.
They all work together, right? There's the good cop, bad cop, and when everyone stopped watching mainstream news, they all went to, you know, like we do, podcasting and X and this, that, the other. And oh, do I still have a thing on the screen there?
Fight about Israel.
Oops.
No, it looks good on for me.
No, I still have Stacy. Thank you for your donation. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
there you go. Woo! Okay.
Salute, Stacy.
Yeah, thank you, Stacy. So here's this guy, Tucker Carlson, and as my wife says, that's not even a real name. I mean, seriously, who names their kid Tucker? Like, what is that even?
That's somebody who like doesn't like their kid. You're like dooming your kid to public school ridicule.
He obviously it's a made up name, but in any case, he's you had Charlie Kirk, okay, and we're gonna get into that little side up there, but we had Charlie Kirk going with Ben Shapiro saying, I'm just questioning the decisions going on in Israel. And Ben Shapiro gives him the look like, well, you're dead. And then, of course, you know, 2 days later or whatever happened that day. And so you got this guy. He's not just questioning Israel. He's straight up calling him out.
Ever. I'm actually pretty moderate on the subject, I think. Always like going there. I know a lot of Israelis always liked, you know what I mean?
The guys that wear the red bracelets.
About it before October 7th. You never really talked about it before October 7th, but it was shoved on the front burner.
Exactly. I mean, I don't own the country, but I'm a shareholder in the country. I'm an American, and you can't use my country like some kind of disposable product. Like you just can't. I mean, BB's running around. This is a fact. I'm not
Now, this is his saying and not me, you two.
guessing about this because I talked to people he said it to, is running around the Middle East, his region, and his own country and telling people point blank, just stating it, I control the United States. I control Donald Trump.
Okay, so if Charlie Kirk was taken out just because he started questioning things, I mean, we should all worry for Tucker if he's real.
Yeah, what if he's AI too? Like, we don't even know. I always say this, right? Like, whatever secret stuff they've got is way more advanced than what they've let us see. And I've seen AI get almost good enough already. That means behind the scenes, we could have been watching AI TV for 25 years and didn't know it.
Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So, and then, you know, just when you thought the world couldn't get any weirder or stupider, are you ready for this? Now, Alex Jones, when I started learning things, I didn't watch him. I never was into him. I knew of him. I couldn't get past his voice. And then, of course, he started talking about frogs turning gay, and then he disavowed an event and said it was fake, which you can't do in the cancel culture. And supposedly he got into a lawsuit and he went on trial, and then he lost his show, but somehow he's still on it. Like, you know, so guy never goes away. Now he is sporting the H mustache. I guess we would say Charlie Chaplin.
He'll do anything for views. What a grifter.
Well, maybe I should, for a while, I kind of like.
Well, where's the wig? He needs a hairpiece.
He even chose the right color outfit, too, for this.
Yeah, he chose a nice tan brown coat. It's really fitting. He actually looks kind of good like that.
Oh, my gosh.
We should bring that mustache back. I've thought about doing it, but I wouldn't be able to keep my job if I did. So.
No, that's the thing. That's basically what he was saying. It was like, he started off, he had a beard and all that, and he shaved, and then he shaved. Now, look, I'm just saying, as a guy that I grow out my beard and I shave it off. Sometimes I throw on a mustache or leave it. I played around with it. I had a huge beard during the COVID years and stuff. I did the whole thing. And then every time I shave it, there has been moments
where you did have one.
I'm alone in the mirror and I leave it there just for a minute. And then I think, oh, wait, my phone's watching me, and I shave it off, you know. But,
I know.
And this guy, he just went for it. He had a whole story of why he did it and stuff. And now he's going to rock it for a while, I guess.
I think he should. We really need to do something about all of these things that they've done to us, where it's like everything is so offensive, everything is so evil. It's just a mustache, man. Come on. Charlie Chaplin was a beloved entertainer. They loved that guy.
Charlie Chaplin was hilarious. They ruined it.
They ruined it.
Isn't that weird? There's words we cannot say, where it's illegal basically to say. And there's facial hair you can't. Literally, people will tell you can't have that mustache.
Yeah, exactly. Man, things have gotten so weird in the last year. Just even the last few days, right? I was watching. You know who the Hodge twins are? It's like conservative couple black dudes. They had Nick Fuentes, who's like, you know, the big provocateur right wing guy right now. And he was on there talking about geopolitics. And one of these guys looked over at the camera and basically said, H-Man was right.
No,
he just said, I'm like, big, large commercial conservative platformers saying stuff like that.
Wow.
Like,
did he actually say the word?
He did.
No.
I was shook. I was like, dude, I mean, at least that means that the Overton window's farther, that hopefully we don't get in trouble. But
I don't think so, because I'm telling you that there are things people you cannot talk about, and things you cannot say.
It's true.
And yeah.
Some people can get away. I think that's what this is, right? It's controlled opposition. They know the Overton window shifted, and they want their guys to be the ones who get to do it.
Correct.
So that then all the attention falls on Alex Jones with his new... Look at every pose he's in. He's so stoic. He needs a hat or something. His face behind one of those like little commander hats, he could almost pass
if we
as
could
the
put
guy.
a hat on him right now, that's him. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yes. And Augustus says, is that facial hair or is he channeling? I don't know.
Chancellor Jones.
Yeah, Chancellor Jones. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know how the news story slipped this through the cracks, but you catch it on Ceiling Fan Man Show. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I love that. I did not know about this. Kairos said mockery. I totally think there's some truth to that too.
Yeah,
the narrative behind everything's a lie, and it's just more of that, like, continue to hammer down on all that.
Like his big claim to fame was he got to go to Bohemian Grove and secretly film the most like impenetrable thing ever to show them like praying to a giant owl on fire. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that was. Well, he even said they let him in there. So, like, why? Why would they let you in unless you're one of them?
Yeah, exactly. We're not getting in there. I don't want to. And then, but see, they've pushed the same lie on us. Nothing's changed. Again, the villains that they keep wanting to like secretly stoke the fire and make everyone. That's why they're using that word anti-Semitic now. Is because they've been sending the same villain throughout history. They're saying that the current PSYOP, the Kirk one, was taken out by the Mossad, right? And then the one that happened in 2011, they had what they call the dancing Israelis. And what I found interesting, I found this movie, but yet it actually has nothing to do with the actual dancing Israelis, at least I think. The dancing Israelis were 5 suspects that supposedly were arrested as the towers were, doing their thing, and they were all from that certain country, and they were dancing by multiple people were seen doing this. Allegedly. There's no proof of it. It's a story. But the fact that they fed us that, and there was also like, I think some kind of Israeli class went through or something, college thing, and they had pictures and they showed all the explosive boxes. We've all seen this stuff. They always have that like in the back of your mind. Well, maybe it wasn't people that had the passport that didn't burn up. Maybe it was these guys, And that's why I said we're never going to get to the answer to these things. What's this? Oh, I thought this was interesting because they put these things out there and they want you to see them. They wanted you to see his notes on what he was doing during these congressional hearings. This is Kash Patel.
Oh, yeah.
But all I see is the Kabbalah bracelet. And they made sure that they put that there so you'd see it. Right? They could have cut off the picture here. But no, I don't think it was about this. I think it was about that. That's my thoughts on that. And, wait, where'd the other stuff go on that? What I was discussing? I've lost it. Maybe it's in one of these. We'll see. But because it's the same thing. The same people they're saying is in charge of what just went down. We'll get into the Kirk stuff. We better get running here. Let's see. This was interesting because now TikTok's algorithm is going to be retrained and secured. See? And financed by a certain type of billionaire. So now it's going to be filtered through our surveillance companies rather than China, right? Because China's the bad guy and we're the good guys. They do misinformation and we're going to feed you only what we want you to see, right?
Right, yeah.
And we
you
used
can
to laugh
trust us. We'll tell you only the real story.
Right. We used to laugh at countries like North Korea. Oh, they only get what the government allows. We're the same way. We just don't know it. That's the beauty of what they've done to us.
Yeah, that's wild stuff.
Right? Meanwhile, he's announcing the AI system at the UN.
Say that my administration will lead a international effort to enforce biological weapons convention, which is going to be meeting with the top leaders of the world by pioneering an AI verification system.
And he's talking AI verification system. England, I think it's on these tabs. They just came out with one. They're going to get AI verification system. You cannot work in their country unless you're on it. And I just want to talk really quick. Who's doing his makeup now? I mean, they're not even getting the orange way back here. Like, it's looking ridiculous. But yeah, so he's pushing the AI system.
Hopefully the UN can play a constructive role, and it will also be one of the early projects under AI. Let's see how good it is, because a lot of people are saying it could be one of the great things ever, but it also can be dangerous. But it can.
But it also can be dangerous.
I've seen Terminator. I've seen iRobot. So this could go one way or the other.
Pearl says, I feel like Trump looks completely different every time I see him, and I totally agree with that. It's like 4 or 5 different guys that just...
Yeah, and his nose, something's weird going on there. I don't know.
Put to tremendous use and tremendous good.
It's getting like the Michael Jackson nose.
And this would be an example of that.
It just kind of melts away. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Never did. And this is AI.
Yeah.
See, this guy would make no money on his gaming stream, but now he will. When I first came across this a long time ago, we first got smartphones, whatever you want to call it, and we were playing games on them. And my wife and I both got this poker game that you could play. It wasn't with real money, but you could spend real money if you ran out of fake money. And or you could wait. If you ran out of fake money, then you could wait like whatever it was, several days or a week, and then you get more. And I came up to my wife one time and I said, isn't it a pain in the butt when you can't play because you don't have any money? She goes, what do you mean? I never run out of money. I said, well, how do you never run out of money? She says, people send me money all the time. What are you talking about? She had made her character an avatar of, somebody like this, someone with a healthy breathing capacity, and called her named June. And people would just throw money at her in this game. And so I took away mine and I put up a very healthy woman and called her, let's see, she was June. I called mine April. And I never had to worry about money again. I felt really, I was being a man that guys will just throw money to a fake avatar and not even know. But
oh, that's crazy.
I got to play my game. So yeah, so this has been going on forever and it'll continue on.
That's crazy.
It's
that's some impressive technology right there, dude. I've never seen anything quite that.
Oh, but wait, nay, there's more. I will get to it. I have another one here. I'll show you. I just wanted to show this.
Yeah.
This happened in May, and this is how far away the church has actually gotten from actually practicing real religion. I mean, Jesus would have torn this place up.
That's
First
actually
of all,
my birthday, May 4th.
Is there? Oh, cool. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah. Of course, now I can't enjoy Star Wars anymore because I'm over it. And now it's like everyone on staff was a witch, and like everybody involved in the production's a heathen.
So here you got a Masonic tile floor, of course, but they had a Star Wars thing for their church service. I mean, it's just, I only just want to show it because how crazy it's gotten. But I covered this. There's 2 of them. I covered the one I think in Germany, but I'm bringing this up because showing you AI. Here's one in this is a Finnish church in Finland, if that's a real place, and the service was completely run by AI. And they did the same thing over in Germany, and everyone sat through an AI. They're even filming it with their phones. This is how sick the society's gotten. And they sat through an AI church service. And so, just the next step is like, what if, let's see, this is Finland again. Here, I think there's a little bit, you can see it, yeah.
At today's service, AI has made all the speeches, all the prayers. AI has made all the videos we are showing. AI has made almost all the voices we are using. The Bible text is only thing that hasn't been done by AI.
Allegedly. I mean, who knows what version they're using too.
Right.
But there was that, and then you get to, this is, again, like you said, what they have now, it's miles ahead of what they're showing us now and what we're getting. But these are like programs you can buy and have at home. You know, this guy.
Human history where the boundary between reality and fiction is vanishing. And
this is not a Hollywood billion-dollar high production studio. This is open source. This is from your computer, a click of a button, and most people will not be able to even tell the difference now. So be safe out there, question what you see, verify what you believe, and follow what you stay ahead of the curve.
Isn't that something?
He's got even the voice and everything. That is so
you can
intense.
you can make anyone say anything at this point. And this is the stuff they're allowing us to use. Imagine what they have. So,
man, that's crazy. Here's the thing. I think that it's possible, right, for AI preachers to basically just do what normal preachers already do and just kind of do these sort of like safe teachings and kind of like stick to the script on the whole churchiness thing. But I'd be curious to see if AI could interpret the Bible the way I do, where you take it very seriously. And
yeah, but if AI is like demon technology, that's not in their best interest. They want
of course not. Yeah. That's why I'm wondering, like, if what you do is you teach a message that's uncopyable, I guess that's how you make the distinction between what the real message is and what isn't. Right?
And then the next step, obviously, is to have Jesus talk to you, right? Why not?
Oh, of course.
So they actually have an AI-powered avatar of Jesus known as Deus in Machina, which means God in the machine.
That is dark.
What could possibly go wrong there? And so, so you go in there and you talk to this AI confession booth, basically. AI Jesus. Isn't this nuts? So why am I bringing all this up? Because it ties into the current PSYOP. Did you know they did this? Did you know they had Charlie Kirk at his own funeral talking to the people?
Hey, so that's mass psychosis. If your church is using AI-generated voice of Charlie Kirk telling you that everything's going to be okay and he's in heaven and this is how you should think for the next coming months, that's a cult. That is psychosis. I am Christian, and this is crazy to watch real time. There is a video of these people sitting in a congregation with AI-generated Charlie Kirk reading the sermon. What? Wait, what? I guarantee in the next 20 years, there's going to be multiple church congregations that only listen to Jesus telling them stuff from AI.
And that's happening right now.
Yeah, that's
already
so
happening,
nuts, man. That is so crazy.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk came out and said, "Don't worry, I'm in heaven."
What would Charlie Kirk say to us today? I'm fine because my soul is secure in Christ.
La voix d'un homme remplacée par.
And you know,
that's so scary. That's not okay, man.
It's not okay. It's so
I'm fine because my soul is secure in Christ. It's like a creepy robot saying that to you. No, man.
And you know, I'm not if you've seen my TikTok, how to do a TikTok video, I'm not a fan of the people that always like go on screen. This guy, he does it with the French accent, so I think it works.
Un programme dans une église. On se croirait dans un film dystopique.
A computer can take what really mattered to a man.
Le plan est sous nos yeux, remplacer l'humain par la machine. C'est ça le vrai turning point. Kirk est exfiltré et on le remplace par une IA.
It's a promotion.
Même discours chez Melania.
It is our duty to treat AI as we would our own children.
Yikes.
Et Trump s'est réuni avec les 33 acteurs clés de la
33 Silicon Valley. It's always that same friggin'
Silicon Valley
AI is going to change everything.
pour avancer l'agenda transhumaniste.
Build out data centers and infrastructure to...
Le 33, c'est la signature des rituels de transformation. C'est pour ça qu'il revient tout le temps. Et l'épisode 330 de South Park fait
Did you know that the Charlie Kirk one that the South Park made fun of him was the 330th episode? What are the odds?
That's crazy. Well, and I'm not trying to get ahead of it, but did you hear about the Nick Cage movie? Everyone's been talking
we're gonna
about
get to
that
that one.
too.
We're gonna go to
crazy,
that one.
Man.
Yeah,
this is wild.
Target you?
Woke contre MAGA, clivage Est-Ouest. L'issue, c'est toujours plus de surveillance. Il polarise la masse dans tous les contextes. Russie-Ukraine, Gaza-Hamas, Epstein, Clinton, Covid. Tout ce qui est mainstream est encodé. Ils avancent ensemble comme...
I mean, come on, people. It's right there in front of you. Now, what's his story? I can't tell you what his story is. Here's what I know from just what I've seen. When we started this whole awakening process several years ago, it's got to be, I don't know, 8 years or some in that range. And my wife and I were on Twitter back when, what's that guy that owned it? Jack Dempsey or something, Dorsey.
Yeah,
And,
Jack Dorsey was the old guy.
Yeah, yeah. And so we were on Twitter and we were tearing it up there. And these guys were on the rise. Guys, gals, you guys decide. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, Laura Loomer. Of course, there's a bunch of them, but they were all kind of coming up to the ranks on Twitter. And he took off when he ended up going to like the college campuses and doing the debates and stuff. And so maybe, who knows, but maybe there is a version of this story that he started out like most with the right intentions, got caught up by the gal that he ends up becoming his handler. She's 5 years older than him. And where is it? It's one of these. She's 5 years older than him. And we'll just go out of order.
You mean Erica, his wife?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and,
she was some weird pageant queen chick.
Right. She was asked to come to the pageant, and she won the Trump pageant, of course. But her family's rich and has money, and she says why.
Hey, can I ask a question? It's might be off topic. How did your mom choose Phoenix?
So she chose to move to Phoenix from Ohio because there was more of an opportunity for a female business owner out here. Especially from the standpoint of she was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense.
Just throw that in there really quick, right?
Homeland Security, Department of Defense.
Yeah, like all parents, right? Didn't your parents?
Average families.
Yeah. So she's definitely, I feel, was the handler put in there, and I guess they thought they could control him, and maybe he had a change of heart and really did love Jesus and decided he was not going to do it anymore. So they had to like remove him from the stage, literally, right? And so there are people that are going around saying the whole thing was a hologram. The shooters was in front of him. The shooter was behind them. The shooter was blah, blah. It doesn't matter at the end of the day what happened there. First of all, the technology of hologram has been around forever. This was a show nobody watched. It's still on or not. Drew Barrymore. And she had this reunion of the Charlie's Angels. Only one of these gals wasn't really there.
So, are we really together? Are we all together in this room?
Oh, I guess not. Can't play that?
Are we? I feel like we're connected in some way, but maybe.
For anyone watch, which one of us is?
Okay. There. So she's really not in the studio, but she goes through this whole thing like she's sitting right there with them. So that's what I'm saying. It's a level that we don't even understand or can't comprehend the technology that they have. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I think what happened that day in front of the live audience, what is this? What happened that day in front of the live audience was different than what we're seeing on these screens, because there's all kinds of weirdness on the screens, you know, with tables and chairs going through tables and letters vanishing and this, that, and the other. Because what we're seeing on the screens is kind of like what happened when the planes hit the buildings and stuff. Like, how many people actually saw planes versus how many saw them on TV or years later?
Right.
So
and how many people, you know, had the camcorder on 9/11 at that day and time? So there's only a few footages that even ever came out. And like, how do you know? Like, you assume you see the shooting and you assume that was someone there took that video with their phone, but like, how do you know that? Who was the person whose phone it was? And how do you know they don't work for some sort of valve manufacturing company or something that has, you know, or Department of Defense, whatever you want to call it?
And so what I'm trying to tie all these together is, look at, we're still arguing this one. This is Kennedy, and they were supposed to release all the files and nothing Trump did we get. Now they're saying that there's never before and she says she's never footage that they've seen where Lee Harvey Oswald was near President Kennedy's limousine at the moment of assassination. So we're still arguing this one from the 60s. We're still arguing the one that happened in 2001. And we'll forever argue what happened just recently with, here, he's asking about on the 9/11 one. Why don't we go, once again, him and his bracelet. Why don't we find out who these people are? There's a bunch of people that shorted the airlines before the event and made a ton of money because the stocks went down. And one of these you can see his bracelet in, but he wears it. So they let us know this. So he's arguing the whole one in 2011. They're arguing the one that happened in the 60s. Meanwhile, the current one, you'll argue forever. It's crazy to me to see like truth channels or whatever they are. I don't even like saying that, but whatever the people are that are exposing what happened that day, they're arguing. No, it was I mean, nobody wants to believe the mainstream one. That's so ridiculous at this point. He stops at Dairy Queen and all that, whatever. And that nobody's arguing that one, but they're all arguing that didn't happen. There's trapdoors, there's holograms, there's at least 5 different people now that have shot him. There's the guy in the brown outfit, the guy in the white hat, the guy that does the football things. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't forget they bulldozed the whole area too as soon as it was over.
Right. And then there's no crime tape. There's no autopsy. They just came out and said that. They dismantle the whole thing. They take away the one camera. You never see the footage that came out of that camera. They take all that away. Then, like you said, they put pavers over it and they completely change the thing. Not once did they ever yell at people to get down, shelter in place. There's a madman with a gun. Like the cops weren't doing anything. There was no ambulance call. There's no blood on the ground. I mean, I could go on and on and on how ridiculous it looks, the narrative. They made it look so silly, just like they wanted to confuse you, and you'll forever argue it, along with JFK, along with the Twin Towers. You're going to argue it over and over. And the big takeaway is something happened that day. Right. Whatever happened to the person of Charlie Kirk or the character or whatever, I'm not arguing that. We as a society, just like we got laws changed after 9/11 and we got laws changed and all these different times, an event happened. They pushed it in the mainstream to the point that people that had never heard of Charlie Kirk all knew about it, and we're all fixated on it. Nobody's talking about the island or any of that other stuff that we were concerned about. It's all fixated on this. And, here's the card that came with it. And, I mean, this doesn't even look like, does this look like a remembrance, like a funeral or whatever? It looks like, whatever, a wrestling card or some bad concert. The worst concert you ever go to. You know what I mean?
It says building a legacy on the top, meaning they're fabricating a story. That's what that means.
Yeah.
They just tell you the first line on the card says establishing a narrative. That might as well be what it says on the top of the card right there.
Establishing a narrative. Exactly. And so, where is it? Let me bring this up. Because this ties right into this here. What?
For some reason, like you got quiet for a second, and I've noticed this the last time I was on your show, that your mic will get quiet, and then I say something, and your mic gets loud again. It did this before, so I guess I just have to periodically say something. So.
I appreciate that. Yes. Okay. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Clickety click. We'll go. Here it is. I made this little ditty about Jack and Diane. 2 American kids doing the best they can. But for members, they've already seen it, possibly, if they saw it come out. But for the rest of us, it's a world premiere video.
A ceiling fan man, world premiere video.
Okay, here we go.
The White House.
Charlie Kirk Memorial Show. Oh, I'm ruining it. Let me fix this. Picture go back. Okay. I can make this larger here. No. There.
There you go.
Jeez. Okay. Here we go.
The White House proudly presents tonight the Charlie Kirk Memorial Show. Definitely not a rally. One night only. This 33-hour event brought to you by Panda Cheese. Always a little sus. Starring Erica Trump Kirk in the role she was built to play. With special guest stars tonight, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his bestie, Elon Musk, together again, as well as Vice President J.D. Vance. Special guest stars include Jonathan Winters, Carol Brady, and Triple H, the head of the Presidential Fitness, as well as Dom DeLuise, that lady, Erica Trump, coming to you live from Turning Point, USA. Erica Trump is here for us and all of us together. One night only. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Definitely not a rally.
Satellite tracking continue.
Where are we? Where'd you go? Where are you?
Am I not there? Okay. My cam cut off for a second. I don't know. I turned it back on though. We're good.
So there we go.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up the entire event, right? Oh, definitely not a rally. It's
oh my gosh. The fact that every person that came out on stage, they shot off fireworks like it was a wrestling performance. So yeah, building a legacy. And there, yeah, we had that already. And then you get this guy trying to, he's back on our side, I guess, right? Whatever our side is.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light. And he was killed by the dark.
Well, there you go. We just got to find the dark, and there's your killer, right?
He was killed by the dark.
He was killed by the dark side.
The dark side. The attack of my dark
and he's definitely continuing Charlie Kirk's legacy. Charlie Kirk said, Charlie Kirk says, I have no enemies. And President Trump, just like Charlie Kirk, says,
I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica.
This is at his funeral service.
I hate my opponent. They asked him about how he was doing having lost his close friend Charlie Kirk, and he was like, oh yeah, well, the new hall is going in, it's taken, the new ballroom is going. He didn't say anything about Charlie Kirk. He just went talking about his ballroom. Even I was taken aback by that. I was like, did he just not hear what they said, or is he just truly so callous that he does not care at all?
And again, of all the pictures that Elon was going to post, because Elon posted this one, he posted this one, just to let you know who's in charge. And if you're like, oh, come on, people sit at rest with their hands like that all the time. Okay, well, how about we look at the video of this? Back the train up. What's he doing with this hand? He just naturally goes into devil horns. Right? Because that's normal. And then Masonic handshake there. You can see it. And that's the guy is one of these billionaires that's going to start AI on us, right? Something like that. So yeah. So there you go. They want you to see who's in charge, what they're doing. That's how they roll.
Yeah, that's like part of their consent ritual. As long as they demonstrate to the public what they're doing, if we don't do anything against it, it's basically the same as us consenting. It's pretty crazy.
It's nice that the death of Charlie Kirk at least brought the two brothers back together. Look at it. It says, people read their lips, and it says, Musk said to Trump, I've missed you. I don't know who's writing this season, but it really sucked.
We were faking to be at odds with each other, so we weren't allowed to hang out.
Right. I missed you, buddy. Yeah. Look. It's even more impressive with the music. But look. Who does that? That's not normal. Your hand just normally goes into devil's horns pointing down. Anyways. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of that nonsense. What's the rest of this nonsense? And then this guy, he talks about his devotion to God and then brings up lizard people.
Technological age, when we are all hooked into social rhythms, social algorithms that are hacked into the reptilian cores of our brain.
What's that? Do you do a good RFK Jr., Connor?
I don't know. I've never tried. I'll have to practice that one a little bit. I don't know.
He has to practice, he says. And don't ask to do Bernie Sanders. I want to keep my channel. Okay. Who makes this face when you're hugging a creeping widow? Come on. That's weird. I don't know what causes you to do that. But no, no bueno. Yikes. You knew I was a snake when you took me in. Isn't that how that little poem goes?
Yeah, that's the old poem.
John McClure says his brainworm has become sentient.
Yeah, that's about right.
And it wouldn't be complete without throwing up the devil's horns. Oh, readers added context. That means I love an American sign. Yeah, it's the devil's horns. Look it up in Masonic symbols before it became ASL language, just so you know. But she had to make sure she did that and pledge who her allegiances to. And and they threw this together in a week. In a week. 100,000 people, 2 stadiums, I think they had, 10 hours of performances and speeches. What a nightmare.
Wow.
And then the digital AI of Charlie Kirk, and they put it all together in a week. And every time someone came out on stage, they shut off the fireworks. Remember we had that one earlier where the guy said, please clap, and they clapped? Look at that man, that young man, I forgive him.
Applause.
Oops, they weren't supposed to show that. They said the quiet part out loud.
It's like she says something like heartfelt, and it says in parentheses like tears, mournful sobs. Like it's like telling you what you need to be doing to like, oh, so sad.
I like how this person described it. It wasn't a memorial. It was a RNC convention, a bad concert, a Tony Robbins masterclass seminar, mega church altar call, county fair talent show, WWE wrestling promo, a timeshare sales pitch in Vegas, and a multi-level marketing life insurance Ponzi scheme recruiting meeting all rolled into one. Whew.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically exactly right.
Right.
I can't believe it. You know, I was talking about this with my brother the other day, you know, the movie Idiocracy, and, you know, they really tried hard to think about how far could you go to have a civilization that was utterly unhinged and yet still existing, because obviously you wouldn't want everyone to have died already, or you can't really have a story about that. And then you look at our world now, and it's like in many ways far worse than that movie that was the farthest reaches of their capacity. They're like, oh, it can only get this crazy or else society will collapse. And now we've gone well past that. So many levels.
It's so far in our rearview mirror. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why didn't Charlie Kirk's parents show up to the funeral?
Why didn't CK's parents show up to his funeral?
And her crying. Did you see that? There's no tears, and she's doing this. She's just real.
Yeah, I felt pretty callous to say it, but when I saw the initial memorial that she,
with the hand kissing and the
eulogy thing, she was like crying, and I was like, this looks like bad acting. Like she's not good at all at seeming sad.
She kept wiping away no tears.
Yeah.
Up to his funeral, their absence reveal who Erica Kirk really is. If you didn't know, Erica actually knew Trump even before she met CK. People think she could be a honeypot. Basically, it means a beautiful, usually very intelligent women who...
Well, okay, we'll see about that. He did say usually.
Usually very intelligent women.
Yeah, usually.
Man in rising power as a way to control him, motivate him, and keep him going on that track. Erica was a beauty pageant queen. She's Miss Arizona, and she ran for Miss USA in 2012, which was owned by Trump at the time. She is 5 years older than CK.
And here's an interesting thing, too. I'm not saying there aren't a few videos or pictures out there, but the majority of the time you see their kids, you never see their faces. And so there's two theories out there. There's one going, wow, a very protective family. And then there's another one going around saying central casting, so they didn't have to, they could use different children.
Just use whatever generic blonde kids.
Yeah, we need 2 blonde kids around this age. You got one in this city? Okay, we're good to go.
Yeah, I think they've learned over the years because, like the Obama kids, you could trace who their real parents are.
Yes, they look just like what their neighbors. Yeah,
it's their friends of theirs. It's Martin Nesbitt and Anita Blanchard, and like one of the kids looks exactly like Martin Nesbitt, and one of the kids looks exactly like Anita Blanchard, and they're like Obama's tertiary friends, And so it's like at the time it was like, oh, you'll never question, Michelle or whatever because of the kids, obviously having kids, and that it's
and then she goes on Ellen and dances, and it's all exposed.
Yeah, well, and it's stuff like that. Like they're not saying that like I know everything or whatever, but there was this point where Candace Owens came under the gun for potentially being one of those entities.
Yeah, and
Candace Owens like turned up pregnant immediately after that. And now, just as we were talking about Candace Owens a minute ago. Oh, being sued for going after people who are that. Right. Interesting. How do you run cover? Everybody, it's like, who's leading the witch hunt? The witch.
Right, right.
It's like, it's so classic. It's like, of course.
That's why Dexter got away with it so often, is because he was the guy checking the
ceiling fans
on his own investigation.
Yep.
So, okay, where were we? Let's see.
And she was a double major, had a doctorate, law degree. She's also modeled, acted,
and this one. They took a picture of her leading it. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? This is nuts. People don't act like this. Her husband allegedly was brutally gunned down right in front of her and her family just days before this. And then she posts this on whatever, Instagram.
Casting director. The list just keeps going. When she met CK during a job interview in 2018, she already had very successful careers, and CK was so much more successful once he aligned himself with her. That's why his death turned into a political move. This is a moment where the Republican Party was starting to fracture over the Epstein files. This happens. It unites everybody. It's also why CK's parents stayed away. All they wanted was to grieve their son in peace.
Which sounds normal.
Right.
So instead we get that.
It almost does seem like the fact that his parents weren't there is literally just because they were putting on a giant spectacle and they're the only ones who are actually mourning him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
which tells me maybe in the beginning he was who he was, but he got taken away by the luster, the money, the fame, the power. Trump. He supposedly introduced RFK to Trump. So he's tied in all that stuff. And remember, I told you, we watched him start on Twitter with like very few followers and work his way off of there to this huge stage. And then I think possibly, I don't know the stories, but maybe he saw the end of the abyss and realized that he had fallen, and maybe he repented and tried to get out. I don't know. But they definitely wanted to control this narrative. And the only way it seemed they could do it properly was to remove him from the stage, literally.
Yeah.
So
I think that's totally a realistic path that I think that we kind of tend to fail to consider as, researchers and truth seeker types, because we feel like you're either in or you're out as black and white, but it's really not that simple. That's why they have levels. I've talked about this recently. It's like the reason why they have levels is so they can slowly sink you farther and farther in to get their yoke on you, And that's kind of what we're dealing with. People forget it's a kingdom of darkness. It's an authority structure, a hierarchy that they want you under, where Jesus says his yoke is light. The enemy's yoke is not light. And so what happens is, what does that burden look like? Well, for Jesus, right, the yoke is that you have to rise to the occasion, but it's for your own good, and it's not difficult to give your life over to Christ. But to carry the burden of being like a Masonic Satan worshiper, look at the kinds of things you have to do. You have to do all these dirty deals. You have to get involved in all this dark stuff. They got blackmail on you. You got a weird handler they introduce to you. Like, how much of your life is even real? For a guy like Charlie Kirk, it's like you said, he may have started as somebody who was a normal guy with aspirations for politics, and maybe his natural success got him in, but he didn't know what kind of a deal he was making.
Right. Maybe he woke up to it and wanted to get out. Who's to say?
Yeah.
Or he was part of the machine the whole time. I don't know.
No, it could have been his exit strategy.
Yeah.
And you know, never waste a good crisis.
Right. That's what's her name? Where'd she go?
Hillary.
And so here we are.
Yeah, probably was an echo. So yeah. So again, on this channel, and I feel that you fall into this too when I watch what you had to say about this event. What happened that day, none of us will ever be able to tell you. There's so many theories now, and that's part of this game. They want you all trapped in that forever wheel, trying to decide who killed him, why they killed him, how they killed him. Was he real? Was he there? Was he not? Did he go in a trap door? You'll forever be in that hamster wheel, and you can join hands with the people going around 9/11 and then the people that go around JFK, and you'll forever be trapped in that hamster wheel. When the whole purpose of that was what happened. They traumatized the entire world because there was like, what do you call it? Ceremonies happening all over the world, right? Different countries and stuff. You know, they wanted you to see this event. And just like you were saying, there's this thing that happened. The Snake Eyes movie came out, right? And there was a movie with Nicolas Cage because, you know, he's in everything too. And this movie was in 1999. There was a guy whose name was I think it was Charles Kirkland. And he was at a boxing event and he was taken out unalived the same exact way as this Charlie Kirk. They're both named Charlie Kirk in a way, in the neck, in the same area. And it happened on September 10th, the same day. And so all of a sudden my Twitter feed and everything else just blew up. Look at everyone. It's predictive programming. It was in this movie Snake Eyes that nobody saw. So my question then was immediately, who was sitting at home going, wait a minute, I seem to remember this exact same scene in Snake Eyes, that movie with Nicolas Cage. Nobody. You don't know the names of the characters, the date it happened on, or any of that. That was, again, pushed out there so we'd all see it, so we'd all talk about it, so you can add it to the hamster wheel of, oh, see, we can prove it, da-da-da-da-da, right? Meanwhile, Netanyahu's on a tour of saying, I didn't do it. He did it 3 freaking times. Yeah, I didn't do it. We didn't do it. Like, I thought we should all write our own little narrative. I didn't do it. I mean, I don't want to leave him by himself, you know. He's all by himself, the only one doing a video saying he didn't do it. It's all, once again, throw it in the wheel of the narrative to keep you guessing about the wrong thing. It doesn't matter how it happened or what happened exactly or who did it. What matters is it happened. It created this ripple throughout the rest of the world that we don't even know where it's going to go from here. Right? That's the way I see that.
It's crazy. Well, and you know, I can't tell everybody. I don't have all the answers, but I always say when we get to a certain level of understanding, it all points to only one viable option. You know, and I've seen so many people say, oh, I discovered the shape of the earth, the true cosmology. Oh, I discovered the timeline deception, realizing they made up all this stuff about history. You realize how cooked the world truly is, and it points so many people to Jesus. I've seen so many countless people saying, you know, everything that we were taught in church was kind of a weird haze of the truth, but it was still the truth that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, the King of the world. And all of that stuff is the natural conclusion to all of this. Oh, there really is an evil faction of deceptive, you know, a darkness, like pervasive darkness trying to control us and ruin us and rob our energy and get us to go to war with each other over everything. And that acknowledgement brings us to the understanding, well, now we have bigger fish to fry, bigger things to worry about than the little nitty gritty or even the show as it plays out on TV. And that, I think, is the reason why they create the distractions, because we will all eventually, in times of peace, come to the realization that we shouldn't live like this. We shouldn't be treated like children or like idiots by these powers that be. We should be pulling the plug on all of their operations. But as long as we're arguing with each other, blaming Republicans, blaming Democrats, we don't blame the real enemy, which is Satan and his forces in the world actively working against us to keep us all confused. Yeah.
Is everyone listening?
Everyone! That's my favorite one. Everyone.
Okay, we're getting late in the hour here, so
It is.
Let me finish up here to get some of this out of here. What I have left on this. Let's see. We covered that. Oh, we'll cover her another time. Oh yeah, look. This is actually again, you can't get away from this wrestling. Donald Trump and Dana White announced an agreement with Conor McGregor. They really want to do this. This is not I mean, it's a joke, but they're actually posting this out here. They want to have a gigantic UFC event in front of the White House. Look at in celebration of the, what was it? What are we at? 250 anniversary
shoot, that's right.
Of Lucifer being let loose from the little season. You know?
Yeah, basically. That's what it seems like.
Right?
As we get this far, it's like, okay, the Great American State Fair. Oh, we're doing another fair thing to commemorate. Oh, great.
Yeah. And was it bread and circus, you know, and they won't revolt.
Yeah, I remember this. I was just going to say, it's like gladiatorial fight games. We got guys beating each other up on display. It's like, well, this is Rome.
Right. Yeah. I think that's all the pictures. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. Okay. And then
this was on Idiocracy. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It's a documentary now, the Idiocracy. Okay. All right. We got to get this guy going here really fast.
This week in scary space news.
This is the same person. You're saying this is the same person, but this is a Star Trek lady, and this is an astronaut. Not an astro. I don't know. Look at. She's got to be related if she's not the same lady. Am I wrong or am I wrong there?
I mean, it kind of seems, you know, at least they have an aesthetic they're going for. Like, there's probably a bald guy, like a kind of a skinny bald guy who's like running this. At least during that era, right?
Yeah.
The captain's probably like a skinny bald guy, and
they got one guy that like he jumps over a chair when he sits down. You know, they got one of those, probably Riker. Okay, next. What's this? This is the.
They have that really pale looking guy.
The Klingons. So this is allegedly the known universe. What do you think of that?
That's an eye?
It looks like an eye, exactly.
Oh, it's the all-seeing eye.
They can't help themselves. They just have to put it there. You know,
kind of looks like that star from earlier.
Yeah, it's either poop humor or it's the all-seeing eye.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's both. Moon. The Earth has a new moon. Did you know this? They found a new moon, known as a mini moon. There it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's that.
It's that.
And I like how in all the CGIs of the Earth now they're including a firmament. It's like just showing up in all these, because I never used to see that.
That's the worst looking Earth ball I've ever seen them produce.
That one's pretty shoddy, yeah.
That looks pretty bad. It looks like it's been. Is it supposed to be they kind of egg shaped it on purpose?
I think so.
It's an oblate spheroid now.
Right. It's pear shaped, right?
Because the old photos were what? Not right.
Yeah. So now you got a moon of, hey Connor, Uranus. It's named Miranda, and it has
Miranda.
Sounds like a song.
It's so random. Why is it named that?
I don't know.
You think it'd be named like some kind of space name? You know, they like to name stuff. You know, Titan 3 or something.
So, and everything has life on it now. They used to say there's no life, and now suddenly everything has life. Yeah, Groot says that's no moon. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay. And then this, the James Webb Telescope just detected an unexplained structure in Saturn's atmosphere. Will they hurry up and get these aliens here already? I can't take it. It's taking forever. They're showing up everywhere. This is an astronomical satellite image of the aurora borealis surrounding Saturn's North Pole. I mean, the pictures, the photos, the images, the cartoons are just getting stupider. More stupid. There's that. The clearest vision or image of Venus ever taken. So there you go. And this one's great. The single greatest image of the Earth. On Valentine's Day in 1990, Voyager 1 turned around and captured the Earth 3.7 billion miles away. See? There's proof.
Well, there's evidence in the picture right here.
Yeah, well, you can't dispute that. Look, it's right there. What do you dare saying that that's not proof?
You're going to deny photographic evidence.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? All right. This is Antarctica seen from space. Sure it is. And what's left? Planet Earth and the Milky Way from space. That's a good cartoon. Like that one. And
oh yeah, the continent of Antarctica. Forgot
right.
about that. I keep forgetting that I live in a completely different world and have for like several years now. I see like normal maps and I'm like, what do we look? Oh yeah, that's what they say it is. Ah, yes.
And this is what they tell us space debris around on the Earth looks like right now. How come we never see any of this when they shoot photographs from the ISS or anything? We never see any of this. Where are the satellites and the space debris when they take photos from Earth or the ISS or the moon? Why? Why don't we see
like that movie WALL-E where there's like or I think in Futurama they have it too, right? Where there's like a wall of trash, like yeah, floating around the orbit.
Shit. Didn't they shoot Scotty up there? He's floating around in that garbage. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay.
Isn't there supposed to be like a Tesla Roadster in space?
Yeah, that's in my song. I do a song with Elon, and the Tesla flew around in space, and now they sent it off to the sun. So it's supposed to be heading to the sun.
Oh, so it'll be gone. So in case you look later, it won't be there.
Yeah.
Because remember, we sent it to the sun. I'm like, yeah, that's like the old buildings. Well, they were made of paper mache and
right,
and wood. So we had to tear them down. They weren't viable, except for the one next door. That one was marble, but that's why it's still there.
What about the fountain? Don't ask questions.
Yeah. Are you still talking about this?
He's still talking about. That's the greatest line. Are we still talking about this?
I guess we're not. They've beaten us. They rammed down so many psyops and crazy news stories the last 3 months that we forgot to keep asking about the Epstein list. They've done it.
Yeah,
they've done it. They memory hold Epstein.
And this was on the 22nd, so that's 4 days ago. So subtract. So we got 59 days until this alien turd arrives here, to the world. It
is kind of a turd, isn't it?
It looks like, what is it, Mr. Hanky? The 31 Atlas, it's done all kinds of things. Shown it many times on this channel. It's changed direction. It's changed color. Now it's heading to Mars. I think it's supposed to hit Mars soon. And yeah, so hopefully this will get, we have whatever that is, 3 months, 2 months, something like that. And then we'll finally get the aliens here, hopefully.
So like Christmas?
Yeah.
We get aliens by Christmas.
Aliens by Christmas. Yeah, maybe Santa will be with them.
Yeah.
Flying on in.
It turns out Santa's just doing his thing. That's all that is.
I think I saw that as a kid. Didn't Santa fight the Martians on one of those after school specials? I'm going way back. You have no idea. You weren't even.
I might not have been born yet during those after school
No, Santa
specials.
fought the Martians. I think there's a movie or a TV movie they came out with. It was pretty dope.
That sounds pretty entertaining.
Right? But it doesn't matter. Why are we waiting for the aliens to become? They're already here. I've talked about this guy already. Wait, one more. Of course, this 31 Atlas, and now, of course, it looks like a spaceship. Guess what it weighs? 33 billion tons.
Of course.
And how do they know that? Because science and math and shut up. So there
we're the experts. So.
Right. So 33 billion.
Well, they know that because they weighed it.
Right, exactly. Now, but why are we waiting for that to show up? Aliens are already here. I've talked about this multiple times in the last few weeks. You can go check out my channel. There's a guy in Panama, a silver potato fell down into his yard and caught fire, and somehow he miraculously took it out, and he stored it in a petri dish, and a plant kind of creature started growing on it, and it turned into venom, and it started moving around and being a sentient being. And he put it in a safe, and then it took over the safe. And then he put it in an ice chest, and he put like a cement block on it because it was scaring him. And now he's released it into the wild, because what could possibly go wrong?
Let's go. Because it's symbiote or whatever.
And when you watch the video, it eventually swims away and goes into here, wherever that is. So
that is
the alien's
very
already
weird.
here. Yeah, here.
To a park, he put it in a stream like water, and look at that. Today, this thing seems to have woken up. Now, so let me just review for everyone. We now have a creature that hitched a ride on a meteorite. It came from another planet.
Doesn't that look like a potato?
Planet landed in Kim's backyard. He then catered to the thing, took care of it, cut pieces off and send them around the world.
Yeah, because what could possibly go wrong with that?
Yes, pieces off and sent them around the world.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they showed it. Yeah, 16 Alpha, we're doomed, I tell you.
Then when the pressure got too much, he took it and put it in a park in a stream where it seemed to sink to its demise. But today, look at it. Should we go pet it? Look at the thing. Does that look friendly to you? Honestly, people.
I've seen this movie. It doesn't end well. Yeah, I know, Wendy. You can say, how dare you? Wendy's saying it's all horseshit. I don't know. This looks pretty darn real to me. But who's this? Isn't that funny? I mean, obviously, it's, most whatever. It's a complete psyop troll on all of us, but it's fun to talk about. And is it a symbiotic alien that he released into the wild that potentially could be the end of humanity? You can never say no completely, but it's very low odd.
Yeah, you never know. He said he sent pieces all over the place, so maybe they'll spring up all over the place at once.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen that movie. It doesn't end well. So, all right. I've got more here, but man, we're getting into the 3-hour mark there.
Yeah,
so,
it's just about, isn't it? Wow, time flies.
I guess the last thing I'll just leave people on was this idea: is when they get you caught up in the news of what's going on in these countries that are fighting over this plot of land and who the people are, the special children and whatever. I want you to remember a few things. Back in the day, this is all called Canaan. And then eventually there weren't Israelites, there was Hebrews. That's what Abraham's children was Hebrews. One of his children was Judah, and that's where you get the tribe of Judah. But the Israelites, when you go from, or it's not his children, his descendant, when you go from his child of Jacob, God changed his name to Israel. And so when you speak of the children of Israel, you're talking of the children of Jacob. You're not talking about a country that didn't exist. The country of Israel didn't exist until the 40s. It was never called that. First it was called Canaan, then it was called Palestine. So when they get you caught up with, the special people live here and here's their flag, the Star of David, I've said many times, was not David's star. Here's this guy.
The Star of David, where does that symbol come from?
It's never written explicitly in the Bible itself.
Is it in the Talmud? Is there a passage in the Bible about that or no?
No.
Okay. So you're not really sure exactly where that comes from?
No. You got me.
Is it no? We know.
I don't know. Not yet.
Because I know it's called the Star of David.
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do with David?
No, I don't think so. There must be somewhere. I do not remember exactly what the association was.
Okay. I believe that what they call the Star of David is actually the Star of Remphan. Because when you study the Bible, you'll see that when they worshipped other gods, the Bible talks about them carrying the banner of the star of their god Remphan.
You rejected the God of the Bible. You took up for yourself the star.
Yea, you took up the tabernacle of Moloch and the star of your god Remphan, figures of which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away from Babylon. So the thing is written about in the Bible however many thousands of years ago, that there's going to be people that are going to masquerade as his original special people. But when Jesus shows up, he's here for the Gentiles, not the Jews. Why? Because the Jews should know better at this point. They walked with him. They have a whole history with him. And so there's this passage, this parable. It's one of my favorites. I talked about the other night, Matthew 21. And it's the one about the, of course, it starts, I think, around 33. Yeah. The householder that planted a vineyard and hedged it about and put in a wine press. And then he went away to a far country. And when it was time to draw the fruit, he sent his servants, and they took them and beat one, killed one, stoned one. And he did it a few times. They did it. And then he finally sent his son, saying, they'll reverence my son. And the parable, the comparison is exactly the story of Jesus to come. He's going to be sent there, and they're going to rebuke him and then eventually kill him, because they said, look, the heir has come, let's kill him and seize the inheritance. And when they caught him and they slew him, cast him out of the vineyard and slew him, then he asked them, and he's talking to the Pharisees and the high priest in the temple. These are the special children he's talking to. That's why they don't like what he's saying, because he says, then what is the vineyard when the Lord of the vineyard comes forth? What will he do unto the husbandmen? And they say back to him, well, he'll miserably destroy those wicked men and let out his vineyard to other husbandmen, which shall render him fruits in their season. Amen. And so that's when he says, did you ever read in scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected is the same that became the head of the corner? And he says, therefore I say unto you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof. Amen. So right there, he's telling the special children of Israel, the kingdom's going to be taken away from you. You're doing it wrong, basically. I mean, he says it way better than I do. And so I thought this was interesting, because this gal puts it really interesting.
So it's doing that mic thing. We lost you for a second, I think. Or maybe it's me. I think I lost you for a minute, man.
Yeah, they always say they're God's chosen people.
Yeah.
I always say that from Republicans.
Then who are you?
Right.
Yeah, it's frozen, I think. We're losing you, CFM. No. Are you still there, buddy? Oh, no, it's only me. Okay, well, I'll let you all know if you can still hear me. I hope you all are having a fantastic Friday night. We've had an amazing time. I'm not trying to cut things short, but I don't know what happened to Ceiling Fan Man. Look at this. It's turned into the cult of Khan. Well, no, just kidding. All right, everyone. I've got nowhere else to go. I don't even know what to do. I can't control anything. You know what? I do have, this is funny. All right, well, guys, for some reason, we've lost Ceiling Fan Man, and I'm sure we'll see him back. He'll come back in. He'll pop back in, I think. But if not, I think that we had an incredible time here tonight. I've had an amazing time tonight, Friday night. We got 3 hours through. We didn't even know already. 3 hours in. Time flies when you're having fun, you know? And the Banana's like, do your J-Boys, this is still streaming on Ceiling Fan Man's channel. I don't want to get him in trouble. How about this? Since we're here, all of you guys, thank you so much for all of your support, for all of the super chats and the membership gifting and all the great support that you guys do. You guys are the most supportive community on the internet, I'm certain. And I know that Ceiling Fan Man appreciates all of that support. So we'll give you the honorary. I am once again asking for your financial support. Please consider donating to the Ceiling Fan Man channel via Super Chat, or even consider looking at the Cash App link, which is available at the top of the chat window. Please keep Ceiling Fan Man alive. It looks like we're going to need to get him either a new computer or a new Wi-Fi router. Something along those lines. All right, how about that? Allison says pray. How about let's do it? Let's do a prayer, and I think that'll be it. We'll kick off the night here, because I don't know if we're getting Ceiling Fan Man back, and it's time for me to hit the hay, too, at least. I got to get something to eat. You know how it is. All right, we'll end it with a prayer. Father God, thank you so much for the opportunity for this community to come together on a beautiful Friday evening. God, we look forward to your wonderful Sabbath rest that's coming tomorrow. For those that keep the Sabbath, I pray that it will be restful and good, and that it will be remembered that the Sabbath was made for us, that we were not made for the Sabbath. I think that's right, or am I getting it wrong? I don't know, God. Your wisdom is better than mine. Father God, we're so grateful for this amazing community, for all of these people that you have strung together from the different walks of life, from the different places that we've been. And God, we're so grateful for the chance to come together, to enjoy each other's company, to look at this crazy, wild, beautiful, and also mad world that we live in, and to recognize that without you, we are nothing. God, we're so grateful for your plan for humanity. We pray that your will would be done on earth just as it is in heaven. And God, I want to lift up this audience and just say thank you that I get to be a part of this excellent group of people, and also that we're all seeking you. And I pray that you would continue to advance your plans in the world. Let us be conduits of your goodwill. Let us produce the good fruit that shows the world who you are and how benevolent and how loving and how gracious you are, God. We thank you so much for everything that you're doing, and we pray that your good work would continue. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Guys, bless you so much. It's Friday night. It's been an awesome time. I appreciate you all. I wish I had outro music. I can't do it. I don't know if there's any way for me to do it because it's just coming off my mic. But let's just imagine for a moment that outro song hits. You guys know the one. I'm sure we'll figure it out, or maybe not. I don't know. But you guys are great. We love you all so much. Thank you guys all for being here, of course, and I'm sure Ceiling Fan Man feels the exact same way. So praise God. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a fantastic Friday night, and we will see you all next week for another crazy hootenanny. Oh, I guess I'll be here on Sunday for Sunday service. Here's a shameless plug. I hope to see you there. Guys, take it easy. We love you all. Chris says, sing us out. What am I supposed to sing? There's a dawn arising on a brand new day. There's a strong wind stirring across the ancient grave. There's a voice that's calling, will you be set free? There's a change a-coming. Let it start in me. Let it start in me. Let it start in me. There's a change a-coming. Let it start in me. There's a fire that's burning, sweeping across this land. There's a heat consuming every evil plan. There is gold emerging from refining flames. There's a diamond sparkling where there was so much shame. All right. You guys are the best. Have a great night. We'll see you all next time. I don't know how the stream's going to end, but I'll see you all on Sunday for Sunday service. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
the satellite.
$500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.